time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Baby said she needed nail, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
Game time.
What's the deal? What's the deal? Yeah, go ahead, rock on. We back with another one. I'm back in the house, man. I know y'all miss me, back.
Yes,
we
sir.
in now, you feel me? Me and Collie the Great. We got Show in the building. We got Rod. We back in this motherfucker, man. Far away or no way, man. If I don't have to go, you know, you got to get fresh.
Bust down,
Yeah, you gotta go change.
It's all good. It's all good.
Hollywood. I know we live in LA. You ain't gotta be Hollywood though.
But let's get right into this, man.
We want to talk about
my thing is we gonna start here, man. See, this is why we got problems when it comes to our community, and we can't get away from it. So we gonna talk about it. We gonna rap about it, and I'm gonna let both my mans lead the way in this because
talk to it.
we at the gym, bruh. At the gym
this morning.
These niggas losing their mind. Niggas ain't even going to the gym to work out. Niggas going to the gym to gang bang like you in the streets of the club.
Oh God! So peep game. Hey yo,
Don't say no hoods because you're
no, we're not doing that because no.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is the gym is a neutral place. Let's start there. I don't give a damn if you active or non-active, whatever. That's a neutral place. So off top, you out of pocket to be on some street gang banging type time. Now, I actually happen to be a gang member, not an active gang member, but I'm on that type of time. So
gang member and gang banger are two different things.
Quite literally, I'm a gang member. I'm not a gang banger. What I'm saying is I understand nuances, energies, words, verbiage. Y'all need to knock that off, bro. We in the gym. We was in there on positive type time. Me and the bro right here. But motherfucker, take your kindness for weakness. I don't know. Motherfucker be in the gym sharking. And you cast that's active gang members that's going to neutral places like the gym, certain type of bars, sharking, you niggas is weak. I don't respect your gangster, because if that's the type of time, you know exactly where your enemies are. Nigga, go there, nigga, and get bracking. Get cracking.
A nigga looking for something in the gym, you know he hate his life. That's why that's why you need to be working out now.
Working it out now. So long story short, to give context what it is, we had an exchange, and unfortunately, bro, it was a black fella. And that's what makes it more angry, because we try to push the black flag, we trying to push the positivity. We had a group of us. So nevertheless, though, while we in there working on the group, I so happen to know the dude prior to the engagement that Rod had. So him and I had, I'm not gonna say an exchange of words, but just more so a meeting, a testing of the temperature. Nevertheless, this was months ago. Clearly he remembers me. I have a look at Bill that you can't forget. You dig what I'm saying? So me and him already established our get down, our background, our demographic, whatever the case you want to go. Cool. We already agreed it's no gonna be no issue. Now, if you know any type of politics or any type of squad, if you already know where I'm from or what area I grew up in, you should automatically assume anybody that's with me is part of that same pocket. Straight up. So if they with me, it shouldn't you shouldn't even question it. Okay, he with bro. Nevertheless, he tried to test the homie temperature, and I felt disrespected because, like I said, I had an incident with him prior to that. So I had to tell the homies, hey, y'all fall back. Let me go highlight him one-on-one. Long story short, the temperature changed when it was a one-on-one issue, because maybe he probably thought the homie was soft, his wet tissue. I don't know what he was assuming.
Excuse me, hold on.
No, shit, no, like that. But I felt, no, what I'm saying, it's no disrespect to none of my homies. I put it like this: if I invite you to my house, I welcome you to my home, and you disrespect any family member that's in my house, off top I gotta press you, because I'm already welcoming you in with my folks. Just like if I'm with the homie Messiah, if I'm with Kali, if I'm with you. If I'm with you and any of your family try to do some weird shit, I expect you to check them, because if I check them, it may be bad. So that's why I was saying that's all I'm trying to clear up. So I felt like since him and I already had a mutual understanding, it was my due diligence to correct the situation, not calling none of my homies because they not no punks. And that's what I'm not, because I know we on this podcast, motherfuckers love to twist the truth. That's why I took obligations out of it. But what I'm saying is this: you're 45-year-old. You're 45 years old and you still playing YA games. Grow up.
Grow up.
Really grow up. Honestly, you're closer to senior citizen retirement than you are active on these streets. You look silly, bro. And this is why we can't save all black men. It's the reason why we say it's niggas and black men. And
He was a nigga.
And he's a nigga, unfortunately.
Well,
But-
go ahead.
But no, but I was gonna say, but what we learned from this situation is this: how positive you are, that negative energy literally lowered our frequency. Just
Quite
that
literally.
fast. We was so positive. We fast, we drank our water, working out. We was on a higher level. We allowed some type of negativity to knock us down. And that's why you have to protect your peace. No matter what you do, you create a boundary, you protect your peace. And there was a brother in the sign that said, hey, look, y'all seem like some intelligent cats. Let it go. And that's where we kind of had to low key, but I still had to address the situation because it was on my conscience. But protect your energy. Stay solid. Keep a strong circle around you because that's who defines who you are. Your networks tell you your net worth. So at the end of the day, man, we on some positivity shit. We got the squad back in the building, guys.
But that's how y'all know the universe rock with y'all, because in the heat of a moment, it was a random person y'all didn't even know who kind of told y'all, hey, y'all are some good dudes, or they saw something in you. Which who's to say that if they didn't say that, you might have went up there and you know, might have been a whole different energy. So it's just it's crazy that's the type of energy y'all getting from people y'all don't even know. They could see it. So that's cool.
It was the balance, and that's when you know it's BS. But it's too, to me, it's more, I don't even be mad when niggas be on their tip. I'm more mad to me because now it's like a nigga pump faking. Because you press the line, but then you didn't ask for a fade. You didn't want to run nothing. So you just want to talk to a nigga.
So
At this point, right. But you saying like, nigga.
But here's the thing, in terms of temperature checking, that's why I be like, hey man, we could be gentlemen or we can get to some gangster shit. It's not that my consciousness is not of a higher level. It's because my consciousness is of a higher level why I did decide to low-key meet you at where you at, because I still speak gang banging. I still speak street. And again, you started off with street from the way we made eye contact to his energy, his aura, the way he walked over to me. Y'all know how it is to...
The Mad Dog, and we all know he is.
When you catch a nigga in a liquor store in that aisle and where you from.
Looking a little too long.
And he quite literally started off with where you from. So
out here in the city, that means
it's up at that point. And mind you, I was on some, hey, brother. I literally greet him, hey, brother.
Praise God, Hamdulillah. That's Rod catchprise. Praise God, Hamdulillah. So you can't be violent.
Unfortunately,
that's
people take
that as a weakness.
That's a weakness, right. Damn my build. Oh, the build typically intimidates the average, and it's supposed to do that for you watching. Yeah, it should do that. But for niggas like him, that's actually, now I want to test it. So, you seen I was jovial. He come up with that immediately before the homie even got involved. What got him to even see what was up? Because at that point, he started off with, I'm such and such. Where you from, cuz? Well, anybody that know me know which side I'm on. But I started off with, I don't give a fuck where you're from. At this point, I'm in his face. You can smell what I ate yesterday. So that's why, so long before the homie even got involved, I shut that shit all the way down. Got right in this shit, square shoulders up. But I'm mad at myself for getting to that point is what the premise of this is.
Now, you can't, I wouldn't say necessarily, not necessarily be mad at yourself, because we know the mentality and we know where we come from. And that's why I tell people all the time, and this is for the people that's not really out here on our coast. Like, they don't really understand the gangbang mentality. Like he just said, it's a 45-year-old man in the gym still banging on niggas. Like, man, that is just crazy work in itself. But as a member, you have to stay on your 10 at all times, regardless if a nigga not. It's a switch that most of us have. You know what I'm saying? That you already know. You match aggression with aggression. Yeah. And then a lot of times that shit go down with certain people. So it's an ugly situation, and it's ugly that y'all had to start y'all morning off with that. But like
guess what? We redeemed it now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we move forward. We here. That shit ain't nothing. It's peanuts to an elephant. But
small fries to a Big Mac, man.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, and you know what's crazy, bro? And it's funny because we was actually having this conversation, bro. It's really refreshing that we have this. This is therapeutic, bro.
Oh, God,
the fact that we got strong black men that we can bounce ideas from. We all come from different cultures, but bro, we have the same solitude of standards of being great. You know what I mean? So
universal law.
Man, I love it, bro. And that's where I'm trying to get at with y'all, black men. Find your purpose and find your friendship. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to just network. Get out your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? It's solid black men that you really think just like you. and y'all can build something with. Whether it ain't got to be a podcast, it can just be a gym membership. Y'all can just go out for a walk, hiking, whatever the case may be. Be around like-minded people that's going to push you to be better. You said that on an episode where it's better to work out people that's stronger than you. You want to have friends that's doing better than you because that's going to make you elevate up anyway. So that's why I love being around this, because Kali has a unique perspective. You got a unique perspective. Rob got a unique perspective.
We all do.
And that's what makes me kind of like, damn, I didn't even think of it like that.
So
Yeah, now that's for sure. But what's crazy now, I just reflected 30 seconds ago, because when they walked in here, I was ready to be on some bullshit. I think this just happened down the street.
Yeah, you
yeah. So
the energy is up this morning.
So you have to, but those are the conscious choices you have to be able to be willing to make or not make. But I just think I'm different when it comes to people I fuck with. It's like, it's no questions from me.
You wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Oh God. So to kind of solidify what we talking about, the positive energies having influence, my bro, and I'm not going to tell his business, he going through some things, but he don't work out often like that.
Yeah.
I have a gym pass at all my memberships. The homie and I work out all the time. Between the two of us, we both got a gym membership, so we can always take 2 extra people. Long story short, I literally, as we're sitting here, just got a text. And this is why positivity is good, particularly with men, particularly with black men. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate you, family. I needed that. That was one workout. One workout.
Be the
I got a
change.
lot of homies that be going through stuff, and I take them to the gym with me one time, and I typically get this type of text an hour, 45 minutes later. I'm going to reiterate it. Thank you, bro. Really appreciate you, family. I needed that. We are our brother's keeper. And the reason I'm so steadfast about fitness, because it's something that's simple. It's something we can all really get some type of camaraderie with. It's various ways. I always recommend to men, particularly our black men, go to the gym. That's how you do your therapy amongst each other. You talk about life stuff. You talk about real stuff. By the time you walked out, not only did you vent, you feel better. The dopamine hit.
It's
that
damn,
you're
it's damn
looking
near
for.
like a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, it's the camaraderie. But I think that's the biggest key that people don't understand. Like, when you see people that's consistent with their working out and their energy is different, like you said, it's a mental aspect that's way further. Like, that's why you understand when people that's behind them walls, how they able to manage like that, that come out in a certain way and still keep a positive mindset. Of that gym is probably better than any
Therapy.
Yeah, and some people need therapy. I'm gonna start having a different look on that.
Oh,
but
nigga.
therapy and just certain medicine and stuff that people be taking, or just running away from with the drugs and everything else. Like, you don't understand. You might not even realize it yet how much the gym is affecting you. Maybe 3-4 days, a week later, when you're in this positive mindset constantly.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm going to say this. You kind of spark something in. You got to be the change in your friend group. If your friend groups are out traveling, they not inviting you. If you see your friends at the gym, they not inviting you. You start doing it yourself, and then you start being the flame in your friend zone, and then they'll be attracted to you. You'll become the flame, and then the moths will be attracted to you. What I'm saying is, if you want something, you got to start manifesting it and doing it. Faith without work is dead. So if whatever you want more friends, you can't get friends sitting in the house. You want to be around positive people, you got to be in a positive mindset and a positive environment.
Literally.
Exactly. You want to be educated more, you got to start visiting the library.
Be the change you want to see.
Be the change you want to make.
And that's what people don't understand. People be like, oh, people don't fuck with me, or you don't have a certain amount of group of friends. What type of friend are you? Are you a good friend? Or are you one of the people that talk about people behind their back? Like, just understand the people that you talking about, the people that gossip to you, gossip about you.
Quite literally.
I want to iterate one other point. This is what I feel like y'all practice today. No, this ain't what I came with, but y'all just sparked me. But what they show good signs of emotional intelligence today.
Praise God.
You good on that.
Hey, man, that little vacation y'all been on, man, got y'all on point.
Y'all coming in with the bars.
Magic book, nigga, just
I already had it up here. We talked about it before.
But I'm saying you did it so slick. It was like, voila, emotional intelligence.
So again, this is in real time. For those of you that are watching, only the two of us were together this morning. Granted, we all still on the same type of time, or I like to use the term serendipity. I'm not going to explain it right now. Google it. But we on serendipity right now. And if you know the meaning of it, then it makes sense.
Raw with the vernacular again.
Yeah, you know, I seen someone in the comments. Spectacular. Appreciate you, brother.
Ron went from a pause to reading the dictionary. He changing the narrative.
I am not Mano, nigga. You just not gonna do me like that.
And that dude that was in there tweaking in the gym, if y'all should read it too, it's called The Mountain Is You, author Brianna West, and she talks about how self-sabotage is probably one of the things that keeps us from being ourselves. And she talks about the upper limit, which is the tolerance you have for happiness. So some people can only see themselves being a certain level of happiness, and that's what their upper limit hits. So as soon as they start to do things like getting in a gym or getting a new job or a new girl, they create these problems that aren't necessarily there because they have to figure out a way to bring themselves back down to that level of happiness that they can only tolerate. So you have to be able to enter yourself slowly into change and understand that the more you do that and you acclimate to it, your upper limit will increase. So the things that you do, you'll start to understand that and you won't self-sabotage as much. Because that's a lot of us what we do. You eat the junk food or something because instead you feel like going to the gym, that level of happiness, you don't deserve it and you can't necessarily tolerate that. So y'all should look into that book too.
Hey, text that in the group chat.
Oh, God, I need that book.
Because I was finna say that's kind of deep, and you made me think about because I see people a lot of times where they feel like a lot of things is too good to be true, or if things is going too smooth, they gotta sabotage it and fuck it up just to, I guess, save themselves from it happening to them. You know what I'm saying? Or be like, oh, I'm the reason this happened. Trying to be too much in control, I should say. But you see that a lot in relationships. People that been through a lot and then they could be in a relationship with somebody, they could be going
trauma
smooth,
start.
and you looking for things that ain't even there, or you sabotage it, and then you reaffirming because you created what you didn't want to happen.
Exactly.
So now it's affirming. You like, oh, I knew I was right. Yeah, you was right, but you created that based off of your levels of how your consciousness went about it.
So how I take that is, I've said this before in prior episodes, is people have a hard time processing their thoughts. And that's what that, whether for good, bad, or different. This time it's in this capacity, you know, people harming themselves, the example we gave in the gym, or relationships. It really comes down to processing thoughts. Once you're able, and I'm projecting, so I would assume it applies to a mass amount of people, but once you're able to gather yourself, get yourself here, aligned, and process thoughts, things begin to fall in place. It's kind of like Neo in the Matrix. Everybody else seeing numbers. Neo was seeing shit. You become Neo in the Matrix when you become mentally, physically, and spiritually aligned in some capacity. I remember seeing Matthew McConaughey on Oprah back in 2005, 2006, and she was asking him, because he was like the hottest thing around that time, sexiest man, blah, 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 on the magazine. That's what it was called. It was called Pause. That was the title of the magazine. They do a thing every year, sexiest man, sexiest woman alive.
I feel it.
He happened to be
that
2 years straight. Yeah. He had been running it 2-3 years straight. Anywho, she was just asking, like, pretty much, hey, you got motion. You seem to be in this great space. And he literally verbatim said and did this. He said, listen, my mental and my health is like this. He said, when your mental and your health is like this, he said, it all comes together. I held on to that, and it's 2026. This was in 2006. It's 20 years. And I believe it. I've lived it. When you get yourself in a space where you're aligned, it just come together like butt cheeks on God in all the heavens. Get yourself in a space.
Cool analogy, yeah. Short wanted to pause your ass.
He wanted to. No.
My frequency is higher now.
But for real, long-winded, my bad. Just do what we talking about. It helps. And this is a type of therapy. Me and bro, our energy was kind of like, the homie was walking mad. But since we've been here, been around the two homies positive, it's brought it back in.
Yeah, I'm back up.
So
I'm back up.
Just in real time, you've watched our energy. I'm in such a greater space mentally right now than when I first walked in here. We was on demon time.
Hey, but when Viral come down, the vibe is gonna change. Y'all favorite villain gonna be sick. Bougie Crip is changing right now. Bougie Crip is changing. But before he come down, though, hey, did y'all get a chance to see the Michael movie?
I was waiting to review it. I was waiting to review it.
No, you ain't watched it yet?
I seen it.
I ain't watched it.
All right, but look, Collie, go ahead. Which your because we talked. I gave my point on rating, so go ahead.
Michael, man. Nothing will ever beat the American Dream. Nothing will ever top that. Jason Weaver, Terrence Howard, multiple people on that.
Angela Bassett is the mom.
Angela Bassett played
dude who
everybody.
played Joe Jackson.
He did a damn good job
he
too.
Was real. You can never beat that, right? That's partly because that's what we grew up with, and because it was a
Nostalgic.
A little bit, but it's also it's a 5-part series where we got to really see them grow up and develop into to who they were. So for me, I give the Michael movie a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. The reason being, I think that and I have a separate rating for Jafar, like separately, because I think his performance of Michael gets a 10 out of 10 for me. But the film itself, 6.5 out of 10. I think that they tried to hit every serious point in his life, which I understand the thinking behind that, but it made it all over the place. Because when you jump from off the wall to bad, it's like in 20 minutes, you're not giving us the gems in between or no nuances. You're not really developing Michael as a character. And some directors and filmmakers, what they like to do is they like to show you instead of having the actor tell you. So I don't know if y'all realize the whole nose thing. Joe was calling him Big Nose, and then they fast forward and they jump through that where now he got a nose job. And now for some people, they might say, well, how can you jump? I believe the director was showing you how, what Joe was saying and how he was treating the other kids, et cetera.
Foreshadowing.
Affected him and eventually made him have this weird, notion in his mind that his nose was too big. It also shows you how Joe doesn't even necessarily understand how his teachings and what he does really affects his kids to the way it does. Because when Michael come in there with the thing over his nose, bro is like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
They did
nigga, I
clown him
clowned
about
you
that.
1 million times, but you're not supposed to actually go do
Dude,
nothing about
yeah.
it. That's the teachings a lot of in our culture, though. Niggas, your parents to get on you, whatever, and then you go and do it, and then it's like, why would you do that? I was just
That
joking.
nigga nose was crazy.
You know what I mean? So I think it was a 6.5 out of 10 because they tried to hit everything, but they could. It was all over the place. They didn't develop Michael and the other brothers. But Jafar, to me personally, he get a 10 out of 10 just for trying to be Michael Jackson. I think that anybody who goes out to do that film is going to be under immense scrutiny, especially in this generation. This is the biggest scrutinized generation because of social media. That being dude's nephew, right? So they already looking at you
For
like,
sure.
you really got to go and get it. So I think that, and then when you watch the movie, I mean, he didn't hit everything, the best way he could, but I think he did a really, really great job. To me personally, the acting, his mannerisms when he stand on the car or he gets out of the certain buildings in a way he, shields his face and does certain things, his
Mannerism.
his vernacular. And I also think he did a good job of showcasing how Michael was a child and how the whole Neverland thing really tied in, because a lot of interviews they've been doing, people have been trying to get Coleman Domingo, which played Joe Jackson, and other actors to say, well, why didn't y'all put the allegations in there? And I think, every time they respond, it's kind of like, we just wanted to show this point in his life. I think what they're really trying to say is Michael didn't do what he did. And the reason why they show that is because they showed Neverland and how he was using that to pretty much kick Joe Jackson and everybody else out. That was his escape. So I love how they put emphasis on that in his childlike mind. Even the law of assumption and the law of attraction, how he had to get up and, I don't know if y'all realize that he had to go get up and write things down or get up and go right to the studio.
Affirmations
and
yep.
I had to get these ideas out, Joe. I gotta, you know what I mean? He had to get those ideas out too. So that's
The villain is in the building.
This nigga came out.
yeah,
That nigga came out with the.
And this is why the mood is about to change now.
Look, he ready to pull the Apollo.
Hey, remember on the Temptation? They didn't come see you, Otis, nigga.
David Ruffin.
I'm David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations.
I fuck with the movie though, but for me, it was the movie was cool, and I'm giving this take before y'all actually knew it was gonna be a part 2 and all that, because I don't want to hear that after all what I'm about to say, because people be like, oh, they giving a part 2. This is why they didn't do X, Y, and Z. The movie wasn't detailed enough for me. I don't care what y'all say. It was a good movie, like you said. That he played a well performance. It wasn't enough. The movie was a performance to me. They could have just went and got Michael Jackson real live shit and put that in the theaters and said this was the movie. It wasn't enough detail. There was a lot of things that didn't go on. They didn't show Blanket. I never got to see him one time. You know what I'm saying? So it was you gotta check that out. Nigga, show blanket. It was a lot of different contexts of things that I could have seen in that movie. But overall, it was cool. But I do understand, like a lot of the interviews I've seen of the Jackson family, they didn't want to paint Michael. But the truth is the truth. We know what happened. Everybody know what was going on. Not saying you had to highlight it a lot, and not even just the negatives. It was just a lot more. Like a lot of songs, I think they didn't even do. Was Dirty Diana on there?
No, but
like it was a lot. I know, but what I'm just saying, it was a lot of different implications or a lot of different things that they could have pinpointed. It was rushed through. Like even Michael with the monkey. If you see him in real life, like Michael had Bubbles trained. Like I'm talking about sign language to the T. You know what I'm saying? So I would like that them things being more highlighted. But I did pay attention to the what you said. I did like that about Michael. Like we and bro talked about that a few times where he wrote down and said everything he wanted to be, how big he was gonna get, the way he broke into MTV, how they pressed the lines for him to become a bigger artist. We understand, we see the control. And the fact that we understand that Michael, like I would like to see how he took over Sony, how he got all these dudes and how
Beatles catalog.
Not just the Beatles catalog. Y'all know how many black artists was in those catalogs that never got they stuff, and he gave it back to them. How these people stole all our music and recreated it, got bigger off of it, and they didn't get no money from it. So Michael was playing a way deeper game than we actually knew in real time.
Unfortunately, Michael is Michael Jackson, and everybody he hung out with got NDAs attached to him. That's another unfortunate part about his greatness, is that he was hanging around with Berry Gordy, Diana Ross, all these big Jewish ladies.
Chris Tucker wasn't even in there like that.
So it's
you got
like
Chris Tucker at the award shows with him.
That was his bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
That's what I'm saying.
It's hard to make a movie about those people because those people are always going to have their best interests in heart. So we missed a big chunk of Michael's teenage years because we couldn't talk about Diana Ross and those, when he was doing the Wiz. I thought we was going to see him as a scarecrow. That's what I was most excited for, and seeing those nights that after Wiz, they went to Studio 54 and they parlayed with everybody there. You're not going to get that because it's Diana Ross he was with, and she's one of the highest grossing black females in history when it comes to music. You look at Magic Johnson or Berry Gordy and their relationship with Diana Ross, et cetera. It's like, these are moguls. These are movers and shakers. Unfortunately, they're not going to give over ownership of their rights for you to dictate or show them however you want to show them. You know what I mean?
But I don't think necessarily they have to even always have control of that. It's been plenty of movies where we seen where it's like, oh, we know that's supposed to be Woo in that movie without necessarily saying it's that person. So I just think it was the way that Janet and them maybe wanted to present it. They wanted to showcase him in just a positive light. He gets so much negative feedback, but now people are starting to go back and really appreciate him. And like you said with the Neverland thing, it was just more so him not having a childhood and protecting him. We see what's going on with these elites. We see all this stuff going on. Michael probably been knowing about that since back then.
So he did. Macaulay Culkin came out and spoke on that. But I think Michael's story is so vast, it's hard to put that in a 2-hour movie. They really should have did like some Titanic shit. It should have been like a 4-5 hour movie on the front end and a 4-5 hour movie on the back end. They just tried to rush it too much. But then can you really do that in today's age where everybody got TikTok brain? Yeah. So I think they kept that in mind too.
Everybody would have sat in there.
Nah, but I think they kept that in mind too. Like, okay, we're introducing Mike to a new generation. We can't necessarily go into every intricate detail because they don't even know what the fuck is going on. This is a lot of the kids' first time being introduced to Mike. So they kind of just breeze through it. Like my kids, this is the first time seeing Mike.
Michael Jackson's story so long.
Not the first time they saw Moonwalker.
I'm not expecting. I'm not
backtrack. I laced him with Moonwalker.
I'm not expecting him to put his whole life because he's so iconic and so big and so much. But I'm just saying they could have went more in detail.
That was crazy.
Couldn't wait. Y'all know what?
That was crazy.
Hey, if y'all watched that last Dame Dash interview,
that was crazy.
This nigga was pausing for anything. That's what these niggas get to the point now. I'm not from the East Coast, B. I'm down with that shit in this crib.
Mine is made no shit. I ain't playing no more.
I'm believe though, but like real talk. No, you said something. Michael Jackson is so complex, man. You can't sanitize his movie.
I don't care about the TikTok brain. You got to show the creativity of Mike, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't have the patience to learn about Mike, then you don't need to deserve to be around greatness. Straight up. If you want to be on TikTok so bad, go read something about Mike and then you just paraphrase the shit. But if you're a real fan, you want to be great, that's the epitome of being great.
Mike wouldn't approve, nigga. I think it took 45, whatever.
He did 40 takes.
45 takes for a
Listen to
song,
all the
nigga.
one line. No, for one line, he had 40 different takes. Listen to them all. He was that much of a perfectionist.
On top of that, too, as well, we don't give enough credit. They showed a part a little bit when he was mimicking James Brown, but he got his dance moves from James Brown. Who's one of the. What I'm trying to say is like
He learned from all the greats.
He learns from all the greats. That's what made him great. He took a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and that's why he was who he was. And I hate the fact that it was so sanitized because it got to the point where I'm like, wait, hold on. Y'all skipped, like y'all were saying, a whole bunch of whatever the case may be. And I said on the last episode, y'all can give y'all opinions more so y'all two. Joe Jackson's a great father. I don't care what nobody say. At the end of the day, if it wasn't for Joe Jackson, there would be no Mike or no Jackson father.
They coming out saying he was down there touching on them kids.
We're not going for that. Yeah, we ain't going for that.
That's what one of the daughters is saying, allegedly. So I'm gonna just say this. He did great for some parts, but then he was overdoing it. I'm not gonna take that from him, nigga. Like nigga, you was Jackson. Michael was still grown as hell. This nigga was acting like he was going on tour. Yeah, we finna be here, we finna be there, we going everywhere. Nigga, what you mean you ain't doing this shit? So the farewell tour.
I'm not mad at what he did because he was envisioning, okay, we got to make this a brand like Pepsi, Cola, the Jacksons. He wanted the entire family to be that, where Mike more so looking at it like, I can ascend past my brothers and sisters. Much love to y'all, but I got my own dreams. Joe Jackson like, nah, bro, you got a lot to learn about sacrificing for the family. Everything I sacrificed for you little motherfuckers to get y'all here. Because without me, y'all not getting here. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. He can have talent and all that. No, nigga. Joe got that belt and he whooped that driver to the motherfucker. He not doing 40 takes. What 40 ass whooping from Joe, nigga.
He is, but what I'm saying is Prince still turned out to be Prince, and we don't know if he had to deal with all
Prince ain't Mike, nigga.
But Prince is up there now.
He's not Mike.
Let me get to my point though. These niggas saying that because they got Joe in them. But and you can pause that. Yeah. You can pause that. Hey, but on some real shit, on some real shit with no kids. On some real shit, it got to a point now. It got to a point where that nigga was doing too much. It wasn't even the fact that Mike, the brothers wasn't even tripping on the shit. Like the brother said, you couldn't get this nigga one night. Like that nigga was a real life hater for the most part. You was living vicariously through your kids made it. Your kids the reason you living in this mansion. That's why wifey had to get on that nigga. Like, don't get it twisted, nigga.
I'm more so I more so think he wanted to be appreciated for what he did. Granted, you a father, you a parent. They don't owe you nothing, but at the same time, all the work he put in is getting overlooked. And then you turn on the media, the TV, and you the bad guy.
So
like, hold on. I done all this sacrificing for my family, going against my wife, having to suck up, watching my kids cry and overlook that to get y'all here. And I can't get a thank you.
Hey, let me say this though. Intentions.
Come on, bro.
Intentions.
Pause. That was crazy.
I know. Let me say this though.
You gonna say it right? You gonna say it?
This is what niggas miss, right? Intentions matter. The thing was, if he didn't know his kid had a talent to sing, he like, they're going to get me out of here. It was never like I wanted to see them be better than me. I never wanted them to look at the bigger picture. Oh, this is my golden ticket. I got to do by any means necessary for them to get me out of here, whether they have a good childhood or not. Even regardless of all that, nigga, Mike was still on there telling people, I didn't get to live a childhood and I missed that. Unfortunately, that's not a part of my life. And, I wouldn't change it, but it is what it is at this point.
You want a childhood or you want to be Michael Jackson?
It's not even that point.
You can't do both.
Even when the niggas came back and did good, the nigga was 5 years old.
You want to be
you have to whoop the nigga after they just went crazy performing.
But Pete,
you did what? Nigga, I wasn't good enough. Start whooping it.
And that's how you get Mike.
So Pete. So
Mike was already had the voice. He would have been Mike.
No, he wasn't Mike.
In the movie, I didn't see it, and clearly, but I'm gonna ask the question.
You didn't see the movie?
No, I haven't. Hey, whatever. I'll watch
I ain't mad at you.
But
You know Mike though, so
That's you know.
But what I'm saying is the original, the American Dream. So they got into the nuances. So all this animosity that Joe may have had, I know that they got into detail on there. He was beefing with Barry Gordy. There was a scene where he told Mike, and then because Barry started having so much influence over Mike and the family, he quite literally said, hey, I'm your daddy. In that movie, there was a scene in that movie where Mike actually told Barry Gordy, as a grown man, hey, there's times I wish you were my dad. So I'm bringing all that up to say, did they put that in the movie?
Nah, they didn't. They didn't put that. I'm gonna let you go real quick, Kyle. I just want to say this one point. If they would have kept his daddy as a manager, Mike wouldn't have been as global.
That's very
Mike
true.
would have never got on MTV. He would have never been connected with certain people. Even when they almost got the studio deal, you almost blew that, about to beat the nigga in the thing. The dude had to tell him, chill out. Like, matter of fact, get up out of here. Without the professionals.
Without Joe, he don't get none of that.
Okay.
No one is at the.
He got to a point though.
It doesn't matter. Without Joe, they don't get there for him to get there.
True.
The
but
common
even that
denominator is
tour-
still Joe.
Even that tour they was trying to do with Don King, they could make a whole movie about that and how shady all that shit was. So like Joe was not the most business savvy. He wasn't gonna get him there. This movie actually didn't do Joe as dirty as the American Dream did, because y'all don't understand. American Dream, Tito, all them niggas had girlfriends. When Mike tried to get a girlfriend, I don't know if y'all remember, Joe was mad about that. He didn't like that Mike had a girlfriend. He didn't like that Mike was moving around because it was going to lose his focus. Again, it's a double-edged sword, but when you're putting a kid from this young and you're not giving him those or letting him get those controlled chaos experiences that you need to grow as a man, you're gonna stunt his growth. I look at people like LeVar Ball, and to me, that is, I think, a new age Joe Jackson, where that's Joe Jackson if he learned balance. Like, he has the drive, he has the discipline, but he does understand that you can't just beat your kids into submission or will. And maybe you do, but look at what happens. They end up resenting you anyway. So it's like, is it really worth it?
I'm gonna say this. One thing the movie did do, my bad, Short.
No, go ahead.
One thing the movie did do is spike Mike's streams. So right now his music's being streamed
Praise God.
at the highest level it's ever been streamed at. I mean, he's getting the most streams ever since streaming came into play. And that's partially due to now the new generation. Oh, damn. They going to go look up all old Mike
Right, you
shit.
see all the
Then the
clips.
older generation like, damn, I forgot Mike had all these cuts.
Mike
I
got
found
bangers.
myself listening to Mike now. The last couple days, I'm streaming all his old albums and his old
You
music.
forgot how great he was.
Forgot about his greatness.
bangers.
Right, exactly.
I was gonna say though, and again, we keep forgetting. We're thinking of 2025, right? This 2025, right? 26. I'm sorry, damn. 2026. We're thinking in 2026. You got to realize corporal punishment wasn't even a term back then.
Nah.
You got to realize beating your kids comes from slavery. You correct your children because you want to make your child to seem they were inefficient so you wouldn't be sold off to another plantation. Oh, my son ain't smart. He dumb. That was a way for master not to separate the family. So that was ingrained in us. So how do you correct your child? By beating them. So again, this is all he knew. We are faulting someone who was raised that way. And on top of that as well, his mother was a Jehovah's Witness. That right there wasn't an ideal childhood because he didn't get to celebrate Christmas, birthdays. That's another part that they don't never emphasize in Michael Jackson's life. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all talk bad about Joe, but his mom was a joke. Not knocking the Jehovah's Witness, but even if Joe wasn't an aggressive beater on this child, he still didn't get to celebrate the Christmases, the holidays, and things like that. Like typically,
And
no, it does, because if your friends is outside with a new bike on Christmas, riding bikes, we just kind of just kicking it, you do kind of feel some type of way because you're left out.
Okay, let's reevaluate.
I'm not
Hold on,
beating my kid at 5 years old because he said he felt like he did good. No. It's like,
Well, he was.
I don't care what you're talking about, nigga.
Hey, look, hold on. Let's reevaluate what actually having a childhood is. What is having a childhood?
Again, he had a present father. He had a present mother. They were never hungry. They were never broke. If anything, bro, he had his siblings. They were in a family where he kept them out of gangs. He kept them out of trouble. He had them going to city, state to state. Joe Jackson had his kids performing in a strip club. They was looking at titties and ass at a young age. Little shit that kids normally do now on their phones when they go on these porn sites.
Because most people think if you're not letting a kid just do whatever they want to do and have unlimited idle time to go outside and fuck around, they didn't have a childhood. But then
That's horrible.
you see these other races, nigga, they kids is working the store with them, the family business. While we outside riding bikes, playing basketball. They in the store learning how to.
That's cool. They not
balance
they
the
not-
checkbook.
they not-
Then you look at other countries. Kids is in the military already.
Yes.
Kids is being pushed to do greater things than what Americans do. Sit around, eat candy, and play all day.
18 to be grown.
So what is
And
really
then you wanna
happening to
kick your kids
childhood?
out
The
at
nigga
18.
Mike had 0 friends, nigga. The nigga wanted pet rats and shit because he couldn't play. He couldn't play with kids.
Like it's just a one.
Like, the nigga literally had 0 friends, nigga. He had 0 childhood. The nigga couldn't even go to school. Fuck is we talking about?
But listen, that was the greatest because you got to realize you're my age and the world knows you. You're never going to have a normal childhood because when they see you, it's like, oh my God, I want to take a picture. You are now worshipped as a god amongst
Since a
men.
kid, I
Since a
forgot he was
kid.
famous as a kid.
And that's all I'm trying to say.
Literally.
Chris Brown never had a normal childhood. Bow Wow never had a normal
Facts.
childhood. This is Michael Jackson, not the first kid to be famous, bro.
Chris Brown had normal childhood. He didn't really get famous until he was like 16.
Yeah, about 16.
So about 16
does
is
not
good.
matter.
It does from 5. It does matter.
Mike
Michael would have never been. Michael would have never been jerking with the
Mike
Rangers.
right
Like,
there.
can we? This
That nigga passionate.
he didn't have a to me, Joe didn't give Michael a childhood. I get what y'all are saying, like what is a child. I'm not saying you have to go and run out and be wild and do nothing. There should still be some structure, but not allowing him to have a girlfriend after a certain amount of time, not allowing him to do his own things and be his own person. That's really where the shit stems from, because even Michael in his later years says, like, I love Joe for doing what he did, because without him, I wouldn't have got there. So he says that off rip. So I think he's aware of that, but that doesn't change the wounds that you feel. And I think a lot of people want to take the success and use that as a Band-Aid for what went on behind closed doors. Listen. When you talk about the kid who's been working since 6 years old in the factory with his parents, or doing this, or already in the military, a lot of times you go talk to those kids, they do not like their parents. And they can have money, they can have success, they can have everything, and they're still hollow. They're still empty, and they still go and they do self-sabotage and things because they didn't get the love from home. That's why you can see a nigga with 100K live a better life than a nigga with $1 million, because he has something called being content when this person doesn't, because they never got to necessarily experience that from kids. Now, looking at it from that time period, I can understand why that was missed. But now to say that Joe wasn't wrong in some capacity is, to me, that's crazy.
To reach the level of a Mike, it's gonna be some sacrifices. That's
Quite
the
literally.
end all be all. You want to be like everybody else, go do what everybody else is doing. You
So
want to be
here-
Mike, you got to do what Mike is doing.
Beat the ass every day.
So
Bro, we talking about the NBA, bro. Listen, they sent 3 kids. Hold on, Kylie. You don't even got a mic. Hold on, nigga. He sent 3 kids to the NBA, and ain't none of them will never be Michael Jordan. None of them will never be Kobe. It's levels. Yeah, they made it. We're talking about Michael Jackson, arguably the single most talented artist of all time, and without a doubt, he's gonna be the most famous artist of all time. Nobody will ever. That's what I'm saying. Nobody will ever reach that amount of fame ever again.
But you comparing Michael Jordan because his kids, he got 3 kids to the NBA. It's probably arguably how many NBA? What's that? Yeah, it's only no. Let me finish my percentage of that. You saying Mike, nigga? You didn't know Mike was gonna be Mike until he became Mike, and Mike became Mike because God blessed him with a voice that he can sing, not because of everything he did. His voice would have reached to the heavens.
That's not why he
based
became
off
Mike,
that.
though.
But I'm not saying that. I'm saying yes. What I'm getting at. He needed structure as a young boy. Be doing that as a grown man, the way he was acting with this nigga was not savvy. This is why he cut you off, nigga. This is why I couldn't even go
It's
talk to
not
you.
bad that he did that. I agree with you. It's levels to it, but again, it's people that can see that work at Starbucks. They don't have that extra push, that extra drive. He kept them focused on what they needed to do. At the end of the day, bro, Joe had a dream. Joe anointed a purpose to his family. Not only the Jacksons 5, Janet had a career. Toya got a career. We're talking about the LeVar Ball, who only had 3 kids, and he had a whole fucking tribe, and all of them are successful in some type of way. Hell, the nephew is doing a movie because of Michael Jackson. We don't get a Michael Jackson movie without the nephew.
Sure. You right. But all of that, all them niggas was background singers. If Mike couldn't sing, no. Let me tell you the real though. Let me say the real.
Let's agree to disagree.
No, we about to. But what I'm saying is, if Mike couldn't sing, the rest of them niggas wouldn't have been performing like they was. They wouldn't have been selling out stadiums. That's why even when they said in the movie, if you can't get me Mike, we're not doing it. This is why he was going so crazy and treated him so different. So I just look at it. It's a two-edged sword, and it's
easier said than done. The point is,
I got a question for
sacrifices
y'all.
got to
I
be
got a question for
made.
y'all with y'all kids. Do y'all whoop y'all kids?
no, I don't. I don't have to. I'm the adult. I'm smarter than you. It's not that
Why
an ass
not? But no,
the ass whooping is not off the table. However, as a 40-year-old man dealing with an 11-year-old daughter, in order for me to whoop your ass, that means you had to bring me out of character. It means you outsmarted me. So no, for that reason, I don't whoop
no,
my
y'all
kids.
saying that breeds greatness.
One.
No. I'm not saying, no, don't put that in my...
Hold on, for one. Oh no, my bad. Go ahead.
I'm not saying that breeds greatness. I totally agree with you too that it's not necessary. What I do agree with is, as extreme as it was, and it had an adverse effect negatively, which is why Mike is socially awkward. That is the result, his social awkwardness. But we cannot deny the fact that because of that extremism, we got a Mike.
Sure.
Now, the methods, I would not go that way now. I do not disagree. It's one of those two things are right. Nothing you two said are wrong, but the three of us are on, that Joe Jackson shit do be working. It's this extreme discipline. It's just a type of discipline. Having standards, having a foundation, stand here with it. And his methods, as you stated, what he comes from. I'm doing the best with what I know at this moment. And his intent was always there. And so I'm heavily big on intent. No different than when you go to court. They always play into part. What was your intent? That's how they know how to judge you as attempted murder, first degree. It's intent.
His intent
I'm
was
gonna
never,
say,
his
spare
intent
the
was
rod, spoil the child. Do I whoop my kids all the time? No. Have I whooped them? Yes. And for people who don't know what the word spoil means, that's a bad thing. Now we've flipped it and made it a good thing. Oh, I spoil my girl, I spoil my kids. Actually a bad thing. You ever seen fruit spoil? That means it goes rotten. So that's what that phrase means. You spare the rod, meaning you don't discipline your kids, you will spoil them. They will turn rotten. They will turn into bad human beings. They'll be bad kids and grow up to be terrible adults. That's why they need discipline. Now, the measures of discipline that you use varies person to person. At the time Mike was raised, ass whooping was the norm. You can go outside and every neighbor on your block was able to whoop your kid ass, bring them home and tell them why they whooped your kid ass, and then the parent will whoop the kid ass again.
You got your ass whooped by everybody.
Now today they got hotlines to call if you spank your kid and your kid get taken away by CPS. So now, of course, parents had to soft parent and look for different measures to discipline kids, but look at the level of kids now. Kids talking back to adults, talking back to their parents.
Kids been doing that.
Shit.
Wait a minute. Let me
doing that.
hold on.
When my mom was growing up,
Hold on.
when my mom was growing up, they weren't talking back to adults, bro.
I'm almost 30, and niggas was doing it before me. So that's 30. That's 3 decades.
Okay.
Niggas.
So can I-
My dad was going and picking a switch at 19, whatever, because he was talking shit. It was.
So let me-
That shit was happening. Niggas
Not
was
at the
just-
levels it's happening
I get
now.
what you saying,
Hold on,
but
Connie.
niggas
The
been
only
disobeying.
kids who was talking back to their parents for real was white kids. Let's be real.
Was it?
If you had white
Niggas
friends,
did something.
you went to their house.
My own father has.
Like, what the
he
fuck?
has stories of having to go and pick a switch. These niggas was still.
Yes,
they
I
was
agree.
doing things, and they was. I don't want to do that. What'd you say?
Yeah, but here's
That's
the thing.
not
Go
talking
here's-
back.
but here's-
I'm saying.
in the 50s going like this.
That is talking back.
No,
Talking
no,
back.
not
Nigga,
being
yes,
religious
it is.
talking
Hold
back.
on.
That's
No,
talking
listen.
back.
Talking back is, hey, I need you to clean the kitchen. Kids is now saying, no, you do it. That shit was
Yeah.
unheard of back then
I don't
when your
know
pops
kids.
was
I
being
don't know
raised.
kids. I never
So
met kids.
here's what I'll
I
say.
never met kids.
Kids
Here's what
is
I'll
literally
say.
telling their parents, I'm not doing what you're telling me to
answer
do.
What, let, get to back to his question because I know I'm like you. Have I whooped my kids? Of course, but it's the last extreme measure that I will take.
Correct.
I do feel like ass whoopings are necessary. I'm not saying beat your children. No, I'm not saying that. But taking your hand, hitting on their buttocks, I think that's appropriate at a certain age. Of course, when kids get older, there's certain ways you deal with it. But I do feel like younger kids to like, I say almost to middle school, whoopings are necessary to a certain extent because I feel like if they're disrespecting you or showing you that, hey, I taught you better, but you're going against the rules, you know what you're doing. Now I got to take it to the extreme because you took it to the extreme.
And
Because
No, go
I
ahead.
was going to say, the streets is going to treat you the same way. If you want to go run with a gang, go to jail, you disrespect the CEO or something like that, what they going to do?
Y'all finna mob you.
y'all-
Flashlight you.
This is what you gotta realize.
Y'all missing my whole point. See, this is what y'all do. Y'all take a point and then go to the extremes about it. Like I said, he
No,
was
I'm trying
five.
to prevent it,
What I'm saying is he was 5
He was
years
eight.
old, 8, 5,
lied.
10, whatever. He was getting whooped for doing good. Y'all not whooping y'all kids for losing a football game. Y'all not whooping y'all kids for dropping a pass. That's the type of ass.
Honest as Mike.
And to Joe, him saying I did good was talking back. That's what y'all are understanding. You thought you did good. I'm gonna turn you around, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
No.
Talking
Him
back.
saying he did good, Joe was really just trying to show him, hey, don't never be content. You can always get better. Did he go to the extreme to do it? Some may say he did, but Joe was just trying to let him understand, listen, you got a touchdown. You're in the end zone, but act like you've been there before. You can get in the end zone more efficiently. You can get in the end zone quicker. He was trying to give him that mindset. Now, the ass whooping came when Mike, oh, do I got to practice? Okay, now you flip the switch in Joe. But he didn't just whoop his ass to get better like y'all saying.
So
and you got to understand, I hate having these convos with people that don't got kids. If you don't have kids of your own, it's easy to say don't whoop them because your kids ain't doing shit.
I never said don't whoop them.
No, I'm talking about like, I heard from my dad.
I said the context of me saying it is that you're whooping your kid for having a great performance.
That's not why he whooped it.
Yes, it was.
That wasn't why he whooped him.
Because the whole crowd cheered for the niggas and said they did great. Because you didn't feel like they did great. Because you felt like they could do better. You whooped their ass.
He knew they could do better. It wasn't that he felt. He knew they can do better.
Everybody can feel like
So
you can
that's
do better.
the mindset he was trying to give to
It didn't matter though. But instead of
Did it not? He became Mike, right?
Hold on, wait.
You keep saying it don't work, and he became
in my
Mike.
opinion.
So how many more people got developed this way?
In my opinion, that was more.
Serena Venus.
Nah, Serena and Venus Pauls wasn't doing that. Don't put that on that man. He was very strict and very stern. That is an absolute thing. And they were Jehovah's Witnesses, or they are Jehovah's
So there's a
Witnesses.
pattern here. Strict parents
listen,
on their kids
I'm
from
not
young
saying-
ages to make them be great, and you're seeing greatness.
Nobody's saying don't be strict, but you have to think about what Messiah is saying is they went on a road. They went on a road, packed the van. This nigga's out till 11, 12 a.m., get home at 1, and then you tell them, practice again. And now because, again, which comes back to what you're saying, I have a kid reaction of like, damn, nigga, I've been out all day. That's what kids are gonna do, especially when you working a nigga like he's an adult.
And they came back happy.
And came back like we did it. We gonna get to rest, and then, no, we not. Now we gotta stay up another 2 hours and do the same shit we just did. Of course, niggas gonna say something. And because of that, I gotta get whooped. And y'all are saying that's him saying, don't ever get content. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Nigga, no.
I don't agree with that.
You don't have to do that. And there's some people who became successful that didn't do all of that.
Name another Mike.
Joe just had
Name another Mike.
Joe just had certain ways of teaching and parenting that weren't necessarily, he has some traumas and he has some things that he went through that he gave to his kids. But listen, while I understand what you're saying, you still have to make him take accountability for that. You can't make him avoid accountability just because it was the time.
Hold on, accountability for what?
that.
Because you disagree with it?
No, because his own son disagrees with it. Viral, we're not talking about us.
Listen, hold on, Collie. If I tell my son, you got to make your bed every day before you leave the house. Listen. Your kid is going to disagree with majority of the stuff you tell them to do that comes with responsibility. Correct. If you listen to your kids because they don't want to do something, your kids ain't going to be
we're
shit.
Not saying
because kids don't want to do shit.
Kids. So y'all are taking,
that's literally what you
making
just
your
said.
bed. No, I'm talking about abusing your child when it doesn't. There's more than one instance. In the movie, somebody left a towel in the pool. This nigga going upstairs at 2 in the morning to wake up and like certain things he's doing, bro. Whether y'all want to agree or not, you don't have to do that. Your kids are going to disagree with you. They're going to talk back here and there. You might have to whoop them. I'm not saying that because we got whooped here and there, but the shit Joe was doing, trying to turn a nigga around at 18, come on, bro.
I take it like this.
We agreed it was extreme, but we said it worked. The overall outcome was
what I'm taking from this is it's about methods and extremisms. So, in the context of kids talking back as extreme, because it is heavily extreme, and there's people like that now, we're speaking to, and I'm simply speaking to under the guise of, even though the reaction was extreme, the era that he come from, that the four of us come from, no matter, your parents could be wrong as two left shoes. You don't say nothing back. You don't make a diss. You don't smack. You don't roll your eyes. You don't say, damn, man. You can't even. I remember saying, man, you know what the adults used to tell me? Man, they say you might as well say damn. When you say man, when we was growing up, that's equivalent to saying damn.
But y'all,
This is generation gap.
It's not. Hold on.
I'm not agreeing, so I agree with you.
What I'm saying is, even with this scene that we talking about, y'all keep saying talking back. The nigga asked him a question and he answered the question.
But you were talking back.
No, if I ask you, do you feel like you did good? Yeah, we did good. Oh, you feel like you did good. Then a nigga can start getting mad and flip the switch. Like, what you mean we ain't do good?
That was the mindset of, hey, listen.
But y'all keep saying talking back. Michael wasn't wrong for responding.
He was.
We're not
speaking to
saying
him.
he wasn't wrong. And understand, this is a movie.
Yes.
So they're putting
Dramatizing.
exaggerations and dramatizing it for views. We don't think he came on 2 a.m. and was like, hey, you
Maxing
ain't
niggas out.
practice. Like, it's a movie, bro.
And on top of that, what Kali just said, hold on. And that's cool because that means he was on edge because he know our dad's on. I can't be lax like my fucking mother. No, let me finish, bro. You just said he was about to get his ass whipped because he left the towel by the pool. Didn't his mother save him? Wasn't there balance in the household? The mother is loving, correct? What you do with one thing is what you'll do everything. He was basically saying, look, y'all leaving pools by the towels. I told y'all plenty of times, put the damn towels up. They did not get an ass whooping. She was like, damn, Joe, they grown, they successful. Don't worry, you don't have to beat them for that. So let me finish. There was checks and balances. And this is what we're saying about the movie. It's going to be extreme because they're going to say Joe was an ass whooping motherfucker. So they're going to take it to the extreme in the movie because that's what captivate the audience. I don't believe Joe was beating their ass for if they sneeze too loud. Joe was y'all making just like
said it.
They showed it in the
Bro.
American a dream.
It again, a movie.
It's a movie.
Again,
It's
a movie.
entertaining.
Exaggerated.
Again, a movie.
Listen,
Yes, when you're a kid and you're describing, hold on, bro. Hold on. When you're a kid and you're describing your parents' actions, it's always going to be a different perspective because you was on the receiving end. Then when you have kids, you start to understand. My parents wasn't that wrong. They wasn't that extreme. I
Bingo.
thought it was extreme at the time, but as you become a parent with kids of your own, and then you telling them to do simple shit like take the trash out, and falling all over them. And you just came from a 12-hour shift slaving to get them new shoes, and they can't even take the trash out. If you backhand the shit out of them to somebody that don't got kids, you being extreme. Because you can't, you don't understand.
You know what happened? You know what happened to Mike? It didn't zero any of that. He beat Mike so much, Mike wanted to save every children in the world. What are you talking about? He didn't want to do no parenting that the way that nigga did it.
and guess what? And that's all I'm saying. Listen, every reaction is a reaction. He saw what his dad did. That created Mike. He wanted to save children. He was visiting the kids in the ICU. That's why we're celebrating Mike, because we love Mike. He's a product of Joe. No matter how bad Joe, he's the rose that broke through the fucking concrete, bro. What I'm saying is this. His life wasn't perfect. Joe wasn't perfect, but he was a present father trying to do the best that he can, all what he had. They was in Gary, Indiana. If it wasn't for Joe, they still would be stuck there. All I'm saying is this. There's no perfect parent at the end of the day. No, Joe is not perfect. No, his mother's not perfect. But with both of them coming together, they created greatness amongst their family. At the end of the day, we can agree with that. It was a check and balance in the household between moms and father. They created greatness because he had one extreme, she had one extreme, and look what they made.
Let's agree to disagree. Look, let's agree to disagree. Look, let's agree to disagree because we've been on this topic and we do this shit. The whole show would be going back and forth. Look, let's move on to another topic, a trending topic right now. Did y'all talk about it already? This Boston Richie topic?
Nah, I really.
Okay, look. So Boston, if you don't got no take on it, you ain't got to speak on it. But Boston Richie basically had a girl. Allegedly had her since she was 16. This is what the girl is saying. The girl, I think, is like 23 now or something like that. And she had an allowance. So he allegedly had her doing extreme sexual activities as far as pegging him, going to get a pegging kit, which she got text messages of. And I guess he cut her off from the allowance. So now she went to the internet to expose him. Now, I'm not really focused on the whole pegging shit. What I am, we could go down that rabbit hole too. But what I'm saying is, I often hear women say, "Why do guys be hiring escorts?" Or "Why do guys not open up?" Or "Why do guys not want to sexually explore with their women?" And this is the case because as soon as a guy does any of those things, that's now logged in the archives of the woman. And when y'all fall out, first thing she do, go to expose
It's
you.
ammo. It's
It's ammo. So ladies, if you're wondering why your man won't open up, why he's closed off, why he's defensive, why he don't explore, why you don't do none of the shit that you asking, this is prime example. We know second a woman get mad, you're getting exposed for no matter what you did. If you cry around her, she telling your homies how much of a bitch ass nigga you are. Yeah. If you open up sexually to anything, it don't even got to be as extreme as pegging. Anything, role play, anything. It's gonna be used as ammo against you.
I ain't mad if you role playing. I don't see that. But doing it, because I'm open minded. But that other shit is zest monster shit. You playing with your whatever you doing with.
Or you messing with your butt.
He's a zest monster. Y'all favorite rappers be zest monsters. They've been trying to tell y'all a long time. Most of them niggas that get to them levels, they go through them doors and they be zest monsters. And she exposed that. It's ugly out here. Don't do no shit you don't want out there. But from firsthand, bro is absolutely right from what he's saying. Opening up to a woman is like bleeding next to a shark. I'm going to just leave it right there.
And in real time, just recently, I put something up, a post that, referencing. I think I asked the question, do gay men act like black women or do black women act like gay men? Which was the question. One of my relatives.
No. You said...
Get him land, nigga.
Nah, I didn't. I had to hear the question again. I wasn't. Go ahead, my fault.
Do gay men act like black women or do black women act like gay men? Was the question I posed.
Right.
So to coincide about how women be doing niggas wrong, she comments. She tried to make. Oh well, all men act like women. Okay, unfortunate that happened. So when I cut that off, she bled her baby daddy. Point what y'all making. So then, since I wouldn't let her just blanket men, she went to the nigga she know. Oh yeah, well I'm really talking about my baby daddy because he did it, and just start to coincide with what y'all saying. They do shit like that. They will bleed you out at the drop of a dime when they mad at you or to try to validate their point. Or as I alluded to the other day, look how their friend groups work. Soon as they fall out, y'all been friends since kindergarten. Now you finna tell about all the STDs your homegirl got, the trains that got ran on her, that's not his baby for real, abortions. They tell everything. So are we really surprised by this type of behavior?
And this the worst part. The same women will be going to bat for gay men against straight men, calling us homophobes. If you don't agree with gay men, they'll be best friends with gay men. They'll promote men being gay, but the second the heterosexual man they're dealing with falls out with them, well, now they use gay as a weapon against them. So now being gay is wrong.
Somebody called me gay yesterday. I said, I know I must have said something that made sense because you and my comments, first thing came out the one mouth, gay. I texted, then I said, hey, nigga, I must have did something right. It's chicks in the comments calling me gay. That's y'all go-to.
I think women
them one of the highest key points. Go ahead, Kyle.
I think they think that's an insult because they assume that most men are homophobic. So they think when they call you gay that's make you go up in arms. But really, Boston Richie, just don't do nothing. You're not you know what I mean? Because girls gonna go and run their mouth to their friend, to their mom, to whoever. So if you out here getting pegged, bro, that's what you like to do. Stand 10 toes in it. I don't know what else to say about that because it's like, again, I don't care what you do in your bedroom. Do I think people should be getting exposed sexually? No. Do I think there should be consequences for that? Yes. But I mean, I think people are more so focused on him doing what he did than getting exposed. So if somebody exposed me and say, I cry, whatever, I did it. So it ain't that big of a deal. Now, if you doing something you don't want to be exposed,
bingo,
then that's where it gets tricky because now you got some blackmail over your head where it's like, I got to act a certain way or do a certain thing or I'm going to get exposed. And then was this girl his real girl, like for years and years, or was it just an escort that he didn't pay or he cut off? So now she's a different way. So, I mean, I don't know, but I just think you shouldn't be doing something you don't want to come to the light.
The type of messages that they shared, he for sure been dealing with. He been. I ain't gonna say for years. I'm just saying he for sure been dealing with her. But it's the thing too. Like women like that, y'all are cool with it. You was doing it. You was engaging with it. So it still makes you look crazy because now, I mean, that's what women do. They'll do anything for the bag. So we know y'all like these type of men, and then y'all complain about the sassy men and stuff like that. But then y'all give these niggas outlets to be that way.
I'm just holding them accountable right now because, one, y'all more should be alarmed that she said that he was dealing with her at 16. So she had proof of that and he was grown.
That's what I'm tripping
That
off
should
of.
be where the bullseye is at, but nobody cares about that. Nobody's talking about that. They're only talking about him getting pegged, which unfortunately is more normalized than you would think. It's happening all the time. If you got any homegirls, I'm pretty sure they done told you about it. I got plenty of homegirls who, man, listen, some of these niggas out,
They like that
they'll tell
booty
all the
play
stories, nigga. So like bro said, don't do nothing with a woman that you don't want publicized because they telling somebody.
So Viral, this is where we pick and choose and when we choose to criticize certain people. Again, you just said the age 16. Oftentimes, where's her parents at? Why is this even happening for the fact that that can even be going down?
That's allegedly though.
Well, allegedly, you're right. Allegedly. But I'm going to say this, though. Even if bro is getting pegged, it's by a woman. No, I don't approve of it. No, it's not. It's whatever. If that's what he likes to do behind closed door, that's what he chooses to do. He's not hiding his sexuality to the world because that's between him and that woman that he's getting pegged by. Sounds disgusting, but at the end of the day, that's between a man and a woman. Why are we worrying about what makes him get off? At the end of the day, if once you want to start exposing niggas like that, then it's all fair game at that point. Because if we go start exposing secrets, then just start putting it out there like, well, she was doing this, this, and that. And then that's how we get into the mess again.
And then we get, because when we fight fire with fire, anything that has to do with a woman, we look like the weaker vessel.
Exactly.
We the bitch ass niggas. Because I push that. Hey, man, I don't argue with women. I don't go back and forth. It is bringing you down. I agree with it. I still understand a double standard. And in instances like this, that's the truth. Because the reality of it is everybody in some kind of way do they form a pillow talking. But all these secrets that women have on men, whatever we've told women, it works in reverse. But men, it's kind of like that thing. Men, we don't call the police. Women do something with us, we're not calling the police on them, even if it's police worthy. We don't call the police. Women call the police. Same rules apply with this airing dirty laundry. Men, it's so much shit I know about exes. Man, I had an ex try to do a whole tour on me. Then hit people up. I never, but if I'd have returned the energy, I'd have looked like the asshole.
And
I'd have been the asshole.
And that's all I'm saying, because you constantly hear women ask these questions. Why men don't open up? Why men don't express themselves? Because everything that a man does with a woman, she's looking for an angle to weaponize it. That's just the bottom line. So women have created the so-called monsters that they claim to hate. Oh, men are insensitive. Men don't express their emotions. Men won't cry in front of us. Men won't explore sexually. Men won't do this. Everything you want a man to do, the second you get mad, you're going to demonize him for that and use it against a nigga. Go tell his mama, go tell his homies, tell the internet. And it's the craziest part. Had Boston Richie just start leaking sex tapes of him fucking her all kind of ways, oh, now he a sucker. Now he a simp. Now he in his feelings. Now he not a man. It's just like men can't win at all. When the fuck are women gonna take accountability? Because regardless of what he did in his bedroom, which I don't give a fuck what he do, that ain't none of my business at all.
No fucks.
Why is she not being demonized for exposing this shit?
I just think, for me, in my opinion, it's you gotta put women in a, not women, I'm gonna say females, because women don't really do shit like what we see going on right now.
I agree.
And in a sense of knowing the difference. Women and children can be careless, but men can't. And I think that's just the overall point to it. So they can do certain things and come back from that. You know, we hold men accountable and we deal with men differently than women do. Women start praising you, oh, they happy, what's the tea, and all that crap. As men, we gonna get on each other about certain things. Like, you know, that nigga don't even do that. Like, that ain't something.
I was just about to say, us as men, bro, we do things in the accountability group as far as like, if we don't condone snitching on this podcast at all. No forms of it. Where's the ridicule for women where, hey, that's not cool. Y'all need to start bashing women for whatever consequences they do. Amongst men, we tend to discipline. Shout out to Joe Jackson. We'll discipline our homies, called DPs. If the homies do something out of pocket, homie, we go correct it and let it be known. Like, hey, homie, you made the hood look bad, or you made the podcast look bad. We will self-correct amongst us. Do women tend to do that?
Absolutely not.
They don't, bro.
Because because them type of women will do the same thing.
We understand. It's like, I'm not speaking from an angle of I don't understand everything y'all saying. I get it. This is more so for the audience who pretends like they don't get it. So when we say things like, we treat women like children because they behave like overgrown children, women to get upset. When we say men and women aren't equal, women to get upset. Well, now I'm treating y'all like y'all equal. The same way a man should be looked at as a fuck boy, a fuck nigga, a clown for exposing what he did in the bedroom with a woman. Women need to start getting looked at the same way. And it started with Superhead writing that goddamn book. And all y'all wanted to tea on your favorite rappers, and now it become normalized for when a woman wants some clout, just go say what you did in the bedroom with a man.
Yeah, so, I think there's a double standard. I think it goes very, very deep, right? Because the way each gender looks at sex, or the way society views each gender that participates in sex is different. So if you're a man and you participate in sex, it's cheered for. If you're a woman and you participate in sex, then it is frowned upon. So I think that when you're a dude and you expose a woman, because we have control, technically, it's looked at as wrong. Whereas if they do it, society views it as they're just fighting back or their empowerment, et cetera. But that's not really what it is. It's the same on both ends. If you exposing somebody, that's what do they call it? Revenge porn. Yeah. Whatever. You know what I mean? You should get some sort of consequences for that, because if he did it, he would in fact be in some hot shit right now.
Well,
it's a real, and that's why we see things when they say it's a real thin line between love and hate. Y'all was loving each other, y'all was fucking on each other, y'all was doing a lot of things. It's like sometimes when situations end, it ended for a reason. Learn the lessons, why it ended, and move on, move forward. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it don't even be that much. It might be some shit to where the nigga might have started giving you some money, talk shit to you, and now you I told you I'm gonna put you out there. Whatever the case it may be, it's like just move on, go get a new situation. Because go boss up and live your life.
It's too many times women want to destroy a man after a relationship is gone. Men that just leave, going about their life
and be living.
Won't mention nothing that she did. You know, we be having dirt on women too. But we take that shit to the grave. Straight. Why every time a breakup happened with a woman, you want to destroy a man completely from the ground up? You want his kids gone. You want his job gone. You damn near want him dead or in jail. Why? Why can't you just leave? If y'all claim you'll never find another me, you'll never find a woman to love you the way I did or treat you the way I did, that should be the punishment alone. So if you truly believe that, why do y'all go to such great extent to try to destroy a man's entire reputation? Let's just say he did get pegged. Let's say he liked it. Bitch, you like doing it because you was doing it and you kept doing it and you kept dealing with him. So evidently it wasn't a problem when you was doing it. Don't say you was doing it for the bag. I don't want to hear that. I did it for the money. There's a lot of shit somebody come to you and pay you to do that you wouldn't do. If I say, hey, here go 100,000, I need you to go whack this person in broad daylight, you're gonna be like, fuck no, I don't want to go to jail. So I ain't trying to hear that money shit. You enjoyed it. Just like many women enjoy it. Many women out here licking niggas' asses, doing all kind of shit. Man. And as soon as you break up, he like his ass. Hey, bitch, you the ass licker. What are we talking about?
So it goes back to what we spoke about the other day with the Meg stuff. This kind of falls in line. You just start calling these chicks what they are, which is losers. This is loser mentality. This is the same way we call men losers when they deadbeat fathers, because there's deadbeat mothers out here. Quite literally, it's a lot of them. Start calling them. Don't call them bitches. Don't do the usual. See, that's what they waiting for. And whether it's warranted or not, again, we look bad. If you're gonna name call, you're a loser. You're a deadbeat. You're a hypocrite. Start using actual words that have real meanings, and it's not derogatory. Start calling them those things. Things start to pan out. So now, this type of behavior, this is loser behavior.
Scorn women,
bitterness, your culture, and your mama probably act like that.
Scorn women has no fury, bro, like a woman. Hell has no fury like a woman that's scorned, straight up. That's the end of the day. Byro just said something important. Once the relationship is over with, you want to basically to be unalived at this point, because, again, what is the purpose? Y'all not reading 48 Laws of Power. Y'all not putting y'all enemies down and keeping them down. You guys are mad because really at the end of the day, y'all not going to find better. And that right there was the best it was going to ever get for her, because who's going to pay her to peg again? Because you already exposed what you do. So if somebody was in that lifestyle that was like, oh yeah, she'll do it. Now they go step back.
Because you gonna tell.
You just burnt your own bridge. You just burnt the bag down. Now at this point, you're useless. And we always talked about being useful. Now that you were being misused at that time, now you're going to be useless because you just burnt your.
I just think it's a lot of times, women have timelines and maybe intentions and plans in their head. They don't think something is going to end. So you get to a point where everything comes to an end. I don't care how long it lasts. If it's 10 years, 5 years, 50 years, at some point it's going to end. People just have to be able to accept that. But it's when the disrespect starts to come in, and now it's like, oh, you gonna take it here, I'm gonna take it to hell. That's their mindset. I'm gonna do by any means necessary, like bro just said, to destroy you. And that's just what it is. Oh, I need one up. He's still up. Or wherever, however it may go. You going back and forth, he talking shit, he living his life, you sick, he balling, he talking shit, probably on IG with a new broad the next day, and you feeling the way. So you trying to destroy this, hoping in the sense that, but just understand, it's more women like you that's gonna do the same thing that he want them to do.
How do you think we? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Kevin.
How do you think we even the playing field when it comes to these types of activities? Because what I mean is, like, I feel like we've allowed women to get away with these behaviors for since the beginning.
I'm gonna tell you
right?
how. Go ahead.
To me, the only way to do that is to leverage the sex. To me, that's it. Because most of the things that men go through and they take is because they're getting some pussy or something like that. So I feel like the only way for us to level the playing field is to somehow curb that appetite. I don't know how. I'm
gonna tell you how.
For it, but yeah.
Be a man, nigga. Be a man, nigga. You don't. It's all kind of assortments of things out here that we can indulge in, good, bad, or otherwise. Sex, anything in extreme measures or too much of anything is bad for you. We know this. Even when you can eat healthy, but if you eat excessive amounts of healthy food, it's still overeating, correct?
Yeah.
You got to look at sex like that. That's pleasurable. It was meant to be for reproduction. It was never supposed to be pleasurable. But since then, we've made it a pleasurable thing. Cool. But don't overdo it. Pretty much, don't trust a big butt and a smile. Like, get past that. All right, understand the looks drew you in, but you have to have some sense of discipline. And it blows my mind how we have a generation of men who was raised on sugar-free, E40, Snoop, Mac Dre, all these pimps, players. You watched American Pimp, and one of the biggest rules in pimping is don't think with your dick. You alluded to that. You men need to have sexual discipline. These women are well aware that you don't. That's why they oversimplify us. That's why a lot of them, if you guys watch Simpsons, you know what I get mad about TV shows? They always paint, especially in the early 90s, they always paint the husbands as the dumb husband. The Homer Simpson. Get out your Homer Simpson state of mindset, bro.
I'm gonna just say like this, because he wasn't necessarily being sexually undisciplined.
Right,
he was
by
doing
case.
something.
You gotta take it
No, he was doing something that he liked to do. There is no even in the playing fields. You understand what you're dealing with. Meaning you understand this is the nature of women. We like to say bitches do this and women don't. I done seen some of the most godly of women get mad, get bitter, and guess what? Those instincts kick in and she right at family court. She doing the same thing you thought she would never do that the bitches and the hoes do. This is the nature of women. So don't do anything with a woman that you don't want publicized. Don't vocalize anything with a woman that you don't want repeated to someone else. That's just the nature of humans, period. You damn near can't tell a nigga nothing either because he gonna go tell his woman. Or he gonna go tell somebody, bro. Right. People ain't taking nothing to the grave. You're not even taking it to the grave because you told somebody.
You did.
So how can you tell somebody, say, man, don't tell nobody. And you telling somebody right now, nigga. If you want something to go to the grave, take it to the grave. And ladies, this is why cheating will never stop. This is another reason right now. Let's just say he wants you to be to everything. To keep himself safe, you know what they do? They go hire escorts. These high-class businessmen, they the ones doing the weirdest shit. Go ask the high-class escorts. Who you think can afford to pay these bitches to tie them up and walk them like a dog and spit on them and stomp on their balls and do all the weird shit that some of these guys like? They're paying high-class escorts and then they're going home to their family. You know why? Because they want to protect their reputation. Because they know in the event of a divorce, in the event of they do something they like, their wife don't like, or she just on her period, on her cycle, and her emotions is all over the place, they're gonna get exposed.
I also want to say this, and this is more so to the women that do this. There, like you said, there is no even a playing field to me, but to some men, even the playing field is unaliving your ass. No, this is real shit. I know real people in real life that took it there. behind things that women have done. So you have to be careful because, like I said, it's a thin line between love and hate. Some people just don't have emotional intelligence. Some people, you might put their business out there and they coming to find you.
Facts.
So just be careful on how y'all move around that shit. That shit is serious out here.
So yeah, I'm not on neither.
I'm not on either side.
I'm not even gonna say I'm not on either side. I'm with Boston Richie on this one. And not because he's a man. Not because he's a man. Not because he's a man, right? Not because he got pegged. The exposing shit, in my opinion,
I hate that shit.
that shit gotta stop. Whatever a motherfucker do in their bedroom, why does the world need to know? Yeah. Do Boston Richie got kids? Or if he don't, well, now his kids got to grow up and hear about shit his daddy like to do in the bedroom. Hey. That ain't nobody business. So Boston Richie would have went and headshotted her, head tapped her. I wouldn't even been mad.
But I think it's different when you as a rapper painting a picture of a man that's do this, you sexualizing women, you talk like you putting your sex under music, you doing shit like that, you popping it. And then she like, nigga, you out here pretending, and I know what you really like to do.
Is he pretending?
Because he's not talking. He's pretending because he's not talking. He's talking to his acts, but he's not.
You a hypocrite.
Yeah, you're not saying what you really like. You really like getting fucked instead of.
But let's be real. Let's be real. Does he really gotta say that?
Nah, he don't.
Cause he's not pretending. If I do like fucking bitches, but I know I'm not gonna be accepted as a rapper saying this, why the fuck would I say that? And we gotta reevaluate. Y'all think tough gangster don't like that. It's gay tough gangsters. Shout out to The Wire. That's why they made the character Omar, because they got this misconception that because niggas be gangster, niggas be killing niggas, niggas be doing this, niggas don't be gay. Lil J getting caught every week in jail doing some gay shit. He in jail with men on his lap, holding hands, fucking like he's getting caught. And Lil J, Chirac Wolverine, and I'm gonna say allegedly so we don't get sued, but it's a lot of them niggas in every hood. How many LA niggas done got caught on tape? On these Instagram pages, LA exposed.
Oh,
nigga, what?
Hey,
and it be killers on there.
Hey, niggas was hitting. Remember when that shit was on? Niggas was hitting each other. Hey, nigga, listen. One of the homegirls put me in there, nigga. I ain't seen you in there. You better not be in there. But these groups that these women make to do these, defame people. Yeah, man, these niggas be in there, and it's niggas out there seeing like, damn.
But the overall point that to all them niggas is the same thing equivalent. They're not out here openly being that way.
So that's my thing. Like when you build a culture around that is frowned upon, it's going to be a trump card that people use because they assume because we've made it that way, that is the ultimate trump card. If you out here messing around with dudes or if you're doing some freaky weird shit, you're weird and you're outcasted. So again, the viewers need to view it differently, but I think the people that are actually live your truth. If you're gay and that's what you are and this is what you do, then come out and do that. Fuck the ridicule, right? Fuck the scrutiny, because you might make the next kid sitting down that's that way, come out, and then therefore that'll eventually change the perception we have on sexuality and rap culture and hip hop. But I think until then, we've just done the last 30 years of pretty much saying we don't rock with that shit, that it's going to be hard to be like, well, I'm gonna come out and be openly gay. You know what I mean? Be openly gay. Or
I'm gonna say,
he might even get bigger off of this now.
It's possible.
Hell no, his career over. His career might know.
So what happened to the one dude? Didn't he get bigger? What was the black dude? The country road nigga.
Oh yeah,
that's different because
that was his whole niche. He didn't get bigger because
he didn't come. He was a straight man at first.
No, he wasn't.
He just
came out on his own. Yes, that was the whole part of the campaign. I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say it's even weirder for people demanding people to live their truth because you want to know what people doing behind closed doors and what they actually doing. That shit never made sense to me. Oh, just come out. Just live your truth. Nigga, what if he don't want everybody in his business? What if she don't want everybody to know she like licking cat on the weekend? That's her right. That's his right.
I know plenty of women.
How are you demanding to know what somebody else doing with their dick or they coochie behind closed doors?
Exactly.
I don't even give a fuck. That's weird to me.
That's significant. And that's the problem with, like we were saying, with the Clay and Meg stuff. Like how she tried to out him and do all that. Like keep y'all business. That's just what it should be. Other than that, like you saying, everybody worrying about what you doing in the bedroom is crazy anyway.
But even when we talk about sex, bro, let's just be real. Sex is an intimate act between two people or more, depending on what you're doing. And again, there's levels to it. Some people again, we talked about the sucking toes thing on this episode. On the podcast before. Is it gay? It's all about your preference, bro. What you may deem as weird, some people may deem as a turn on. Sex is so subjective, bro. We can't judge another person on their actions, especially between a man and a woman. That's why I'm not saying he's gay. Yeah, it's
That was
homo,
gay.
It's homo.
They
No, it's
said
not.
no.
Let me
Let
finish.
them
Hold
be
on.
known.
It's homo paraphernalia involved, but at the end of the day, it's still an act between a man and a woman.
It's gay,
At the end of the, it don't
It's
matter.
homocentric.
Listen, bro. Let me finish. That's still between a man and a woman. That's their business. I don't care if he's gay or not. I don't care. That's between them. We not in their business. We ain't coming in and saying, "Hey, girl, do me next," or "Hey, like we not." That's their business. Why do we care? Again, what makes him bust a nut don't make me bust a nut. That's why I don't give a fuck between what a woman is exposing a homie or not, because it's been times and we all have probably experiences when you dealt with a female. First you gonna say your dick is trash or whoopty whoop, you know what I'm saying? So like they're gonna always talk bad about you regardless. So that comes with it. When you're a real player, you know what comes with it. They mad because the trainers moved on and they know what you got.
I'm gonna say it's gay adjacent. I'm not gonna call him outright gay. I'm gonna say it's gay
homosexual
adjacent.
paraphernalia.
I'm gonna say it's gay adjacent,
It's
but
gay-centric.
gay would have to been him with a man, like a real man.
I'm gonna call it gay because a nigga wants something that's
In your ass.
long as the
We've
table.
already-
Yeah,
society-
up your
I
butt.
don't know how long it was. I didn't get that
Society-
detail.
Y'all seen them pictures,
Pause.
nigga, that
Society
Hey,
is
so-
already deemed
Man,
as gay.
woman is
Yeah.
man, woman, heterosexual, man, gay.
So
That's all I'm gonna say.
But if you're using something that is
Remind you of that.
that is in act of the physical attribute of a male, therefore you are gay, and society has already made it this way.
I say that's why I say gay adjacent. What if she put a finger in his ass? Would that be gay?
That's gay-centric.
But it's a female finger.
Who gets who? Nigga, that's even gayer. You getting finger? Are you letting a girl go up there and grab you by the asshole? That shit niggas do. You go in there and touch the box. You don't. If you like this getting your box touched, you're gay, nigga. And that's okay. It's okay. It's just that like.
It's odd.
It's already set in stone. Like this is what we've already set that in stone. I don't think you do what you do, but to me that's gay.
Colin, can I ask you a question? Is it gay then if you smacking your chick and she put a toy on her? If you're having sex with a woman and she uses a toy while you smacking, is that gay? Because a toy
Nothing is going inside of you.
No. Because what basically is now that toys are involved, it seemed like so.
It's not.
But
That's
what if it reminds you? Of her, what if she want? What if
That
what if
don't-
she- what if
Let
she-
him land.
Hold on.
Goddamn.
Look, what if the roles reversed? What if he was smacking her? She like, hey, put one of these toys in my ass. And he's helping her. He's stabbing her in the keys.
Nigga, that's what they got butt plugs for.
You don't. But what I'm saying is this: once you're helping your woman achieve something, does that make it gay? Even though it's a dick paraphernalia or anything along them lines, does that make it gay because you're satisfying your woman?
Can I? Because it doesn't make you gay because you're the one that is giving the physical male. You're giving the physical male attribute. Now, when you turn around, right, and you take anything, bent over or anything, it don't matter if it's circular, square, whatever, you are gay. There's no way around
They don't
it.
justify it
right there.
Because if I finger a girl, right, that's damn near the same thing as me taking something and putting it up her. I'm still the one doing that. I'm
The
not the one
dominant.
having the male physical attribute. No, I'm
Okay,
not the
so let
one
me ask
having the
this.
male
It's not-
physical
let me-
attribute.
hold on,
Hold on, let me ask this because he said
y'all trying to grill Kylie.
No. Is you giving anal to your girl gay? Because there's some guys and some girls that say if you a
believe that.
man that like to do anal, you gay because that's what gay men do. Even though you're doing anal with a woman.
I think we're using a lot of different examples.
I'm asking.
I don't think that's gay again because that hole is attached to a woman and everybody has an asshole. So it's not like that. That's ambiguous. Everybody do. Animals, everybody. So hold on. But the act
So let me land. The reason
act
why-
of who's doing it is what is
The
what
receiving
makes it
end.
gay.
Okay,
Cool. So let me land. In reality, sex is a spectrum.
Correct.
It's like a rainbow. It's a spectrum. What's gay to you might be straight to somebody else. What's straight to somebody else could be gay to you. But by definition, only thing that's definitely gay is man, woman, woman. If it's man and woman, you can't say it's gay. You could say it's gay to me, but that wouldn't technically make him gay.
It's definitely-
because if a man came along and he like, nigga, I don't fuck with men.
It's definitely gay if you go let a woman stick something in you that reminds you of a cock. You're thinking about how that feels, and you telling your woman to go buy it. because you don't want to get caught maybe out being with these niggas or whatever you choose to do.
So
you're gay. That's why you're mad about her putting it out. That's why she threatened you to put it out, because you know it's gay.
Byron gets what I'm saying. Sex is a spectrum, and it's all about what your visions allow you to see. Because I can ask y'all this: is getting your ass ass ate by a woman gay?
That's gay.
I'm gonna say no.
How's that again? How is that gay? That's a woman.
I'm saying no.
That's
I'm saying no.
But
It's
then they
not.
say you're sexual juvenile at that point, because then a woman.
A lot of sex is juvenile.
No. So I'll break it down to y'all right now, because everything y'all talking about falls in my way of doing things.
Short be quiet. Ryan been quiet too long. You like that's the most experienced, nigga.
So let me explain something to you guys. Homosexual, heterosexuality, whatever you are, all the things y'all talking about comes from BDSM. BDSM is simply about submissives and dominance. What you're talking about, most men are the dominant. Whoever is getting penetrated is a submissive, whether you're a man or a woman. So as a man, a heterosexual man, exactly what you're expressing, nigga, I'm the dominant. The submissive get fucked. That's why you've heard in a jokingly manner, and if you say you haven't, you're lying. You've heard men over your life say stupid shit like, hey, nigga, make sure you pitching and not catching. It's still gay, but the premise is you don't want to be the one getting run up in. Now, on some BDSM type of shit, you got dominants and you got submissives and you got switches. Switches mean you're both. That applies to both men and women. This whole homosexuality stuff, and that's why when I bring up BDSM, it's touchy. It does stem from homosexuality. Also, it's a mental illness. That's what that really stems from. Do with that what you will. But when you're talking about dominance and submissives, for a man, a heterosexual man, yes, it's not necessarily gay. What you're doing with the woman is gay-centric. And as a dominant man that I am, I agree with you. I can't see myself lifting my legs up and you say, have it, baby.
Pause, nigga really did it.
Because that's how it was.
Pause, he really did it.
I can't see myself doing
Look, I'm gonna say this.
That's
Like I said, sex is a spectrum. I'm not gonna call you gay for liking a sensation. That would be crazy, because some men like to be choked. Some niggas like get on top of me, put your titties on my face, choke me, spit in my mouth. That would be gay, but that's a man being submissive.
Hold on, putting titties on his face?
No, listen. You're in a submissive position. As a man, you're supposed
That's submissive.
That's being submissive.
Oral sex is considered a submissive.
That is.
There are some cultures that won't eat woman's vagina. Like
it's
DJ Khaled said, we don't get in a submissive role with women. She's supposed to submit to us. So in their culture, you'll be looked at as less of a man for eating box. So
Correct.
that is the spectrum. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to necessarily say that you're
Here,
gay.
we do it over here. You're gay. You're gay.
I want to say
You feel
no.
I
was about to
Let
say
him live.
eating box is not gay in our culture.
No,
correct?
it's not. But it's
again,
submission.
It can be
submission.
submissive. That's cool. I'm not tripping on that. But at the end of the day, it's still a spectrum of what your eyes is allowing you to see. Remember when we was in Egypt, they said us having earrings was what?
Gay.
Gay.
Our dad was saying this.
My dad told me that.
But I'm just saying,
So that's the perspective then.
Let me ask you this then, Short, because if we using all this, well, because y'all brought up the age of consent, her being 16. In some places, she can be 16.
Legal. That's a woman.
So what are we highlighting then?
No, what I'm saying is-
What do you mean?
spectrum
Hold
for
on.
that?
Get to what you asked.
Because y'all saying it's a spectrum for certain things. So in certain places, different cultures, you can fuck and marry women at 16 years old. Does that make it cool?
No,
It
I'm
makes
not
it
saying
cool
so.
where they're from.
But
From
y'all
the
using
way we
examples from
raised,
other cultures here. That's why Callie said we're here.
that's
and
why we
what it
said
is.
it's a spectrum and it's all about your perspective.
But I'm
And
gonna
your
s-
perspective is gay, and the dude who likes it, his perspective is not gay.
And I'm going to say this, just me personally, even if she was 16, 18, her maturity level is not grown enough for me, so I wouldn't even dabble with that.
Yeah,
And
that's
even if
what
she's-
blow my
even if she's
mind.
an attractive 16, 18, 21-year-old, I just don't date that young because there's only so much we can really do besides sex.
You're gonna
at
annoy
that point.
me.
And after a while, you're going to annoy me. So typically, I tend to have a minimum requirement of a woman that I'm going to date.
Let me ask a question, right? This is gonna get controversial. I don't give a fuck about the comments. I'm gonna have a conversation. Period.
Yeah.
Let's say we eliminated tracking age. Let's say we took tracking age off the table, meaning counting birthdays. We just humans. We just humans. At a certain age, you're able to reproduce. Would it be looked at as bad if people started reproducing at those ages? Meaning you didn't know how old, let's say, a chick was, and you was 18 and she was 16.
Scientifically, no, but and it's hard to unlearn. So culturally, in our culture, Western culture, American culture, I totally get what you're saying. Scientifically, no, but it's hard for me to unlearn that. So no matter what you tell me, no matter what these views, they know this is hypothetical, but to say, man, this some 16-year-olds out here built like women and they bad. That's the truth. We're still gonna, what? So it's hard for me to fix my mind to answer it, even though I did. Scientifically, nigga, run it. But what we've been taught morally, spiritually in this side of the world, it's hard to even, it felt weird for me just saying, nigga, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that's
Because I'm not saying agree
I know
or
what you're
disagree.
saying.
Like I would do it. I'm saying if we were to remove age, your instincts as a human,
No, it's not wrong.
you would go for somebody typically maybe underage that you didn't know though. You just looking at them. Like you look
if it wasn't considered right or wrong, you're right. But Rod, you made the best point. Scientifically, that's sometimes maybe that might be the best time for them to even have children. Because as we know, the older they get, it becomes less. That's probably in them high school years. Is they gonna be some of them best bodies that they have?
Because in the biblical days, what I'm getting at is that's how it used to be. But we made up rules that now that it's wrong. Because I know it been times you might approach someone on the street, try to get her number. She like, oh, I'm 17. You're like, oh shit, my bad. I thought you was like 23.
Wrong, but she looked grown as hell.
But before she said her age, you was all gun ho ready for it. So that's why I said there should be a age consent that's the same across every state. You shouldn't be able to fly somewhere, fuck a 16-year-old, and then fly back. And
so
it's
that's
illegal.
what make them look like perverts because of culture. Again, scientifically, and in other parts of the world, you're considered a man at 12. You're considered a woman at 11 or 12. Now, in our culture, we know that's not the case. So like you said, what make you look like a creep coming from the Western hemisphere, that's what, nigga, you left here knowing that over here
It's wrong.
that's wrong. You get thrown under the jail, but you went somewhere where you knew it was legal. Pedo vibes.
So-
in our culture, like
Right.
you odd for that, bro.
For me, when I was a young man, and I'm going to speak from like middle school. I'm going to say when I hit puberty. So like first out of camp, I was like 12, 13, testosterone. This is going to sound crazy. I really wasn't even looking at the girls my age. I was looking at the homies' moms or aunties and shit like that. I wanted the early 30s, the
Miss
late
Parker.
20s. I wanted them. I was attracted to, I ain't going to say the homie name, but the homie had a fine ass mama, and I never forget. Like
Many niggas'
I had
homies'
a
moms ain't
huge
fun.
crush on the homie mom, and it felt weird because it was like low key. If she was to throw it at me, I wanted that. Like I was like 16, 17 years old. I'm like, nigga, like I will really do some shit to your mama, my nigga. Real talk. But again, I wish the age barrier wasn't there. Cause she said, real talk. She said little comments like, bro, you are becoming a handsome young man. She was like saying things to me, and I'm all like, well, shit, you beautiful yourself. You ever need me to help you with the groceries? But again, I was sexually active at a young age, so I was hypersexual. So I was used to dealing with older women. So I was mad that she looked at me as a child, but it's like, baby, I'm really not a child. If we took this age off, I would have loved that because I felt like at that time I would have had a chance. So in reverse, I was mad about the age thing because she was like, nah, you still.
And the reason I'm really questioning it because they say the creator does not make mistakes. So why did God make women able to have their periods, which means they're ready to what? Reproduce at a certain age where we deem it's illegal. I'm not agreeing with that age being right because like I said, I'm from out here, so I think it's wrong too. But it doesn't make sense why they get it at that age because in the animal kingdom, once they're ready, the animals is going.
So I think the big difference here, we're speaking about, scientifically, right? Like in your body, like in your experience, you were 16 at the time, right? Yeah. You were physically ready and she was physically ready to receive. But I think where you have to start making a distinction is mentally, right? Most humans' brains don't
25.
develop till 25 years old. So you can physically be ready and I could pop you, but I mean, mentally you're not ready. And so I think for somebody who is, maybe you felt like you know what I mean? But as the older person, for you to mentally come down to somebody who maybe is 10 years, right, younger than you, or is 15 and you're 30, you having to come down mentally to that age, like you already being up here, that should, to me, make you not want to go down there, if that makes sense. So you already know you're older, you're smarter, your brain is more developed. physically is all we have in common, but mentally and brain-wise, I would have to stoop down to really be able to even deal with you. So that's what would stop me, regardless of the physicality.
Because, you know, some people like this, my bad, some people like to say, well, you know, we were living shorter back then. So that's the reason we were having kids earlier, because we were dying earlier. Now that we living longer, well, we had to change the age. I'm going, well, that really don't make no fucking sense either, because if it wasn't cool back then, it still shouldn't be cool now, regardless of how long you live.
I just think consciously we've evolved a certain way, and they wanted it to be set up a certain way. And they probably did it to a point where you see, because these elites and all these other people still go after that stuff. They still live that way that you talking about. They probably wanted it all for themselves. I need all the fresh shit I can get. Like, they on their animal nature. Yeah. So I just think that. But even me, myself, like, I didn't crack grown shit when I was a teen. So, but I never looked at it like it was just, you actually as a man, you feel like you winning. You know what I'm saying? Or you think like, you're not looking at it like you getting preyed on or nothing like that. It's just like, shit.
Hold on. Which one of y'all said y'all when we thought of grape, y'all used to think of women?
What you mean?
On the last episode, we had a huge debate about that.
He said we used to think of women.
Was that this nigga?
He trying to find anything to sell.
No, you remember. You remember. We was arguing, right?
Do this. Never let a nigga make his point. He want to catch a nigga.
I'm not letting niggas. I told y'all 2026, I'm on niggas.
So speaking. No. So what did I say? Why would I ever think that when I never said no dumbass shit like that, nigga? I said in middle school I wanted to fuck grown women.
I'm not saying you
did
no shit. It was either you or Kali. I remember.
No, you trying to make shit up.
We was arguing.
You never let niggas end this point.
And we was talking about grape. And niggas was like, well, it could be a woman. And me and Short was like, nigga, you never looked at it like a woman. You remember, bro?
The teacher. We was talking about like
the teacher shit.
Yeah.
What do you mean? But what was the point that you getting at? Make the point.
What I'm saying is you was like, I never looked at it as great when I was younger. But during that debate, I know one of y'all was like, nah, it could be great. It could have been a woman. That's why I'm like, niggas be contradicting.
I don't even know what the fuck this
he was basically saying, remember,
I hear what he's saying.
Now niggas don't hear what I'm talking about, but go ahead.
We were talking about the teacher taking advantage of the children, and it was like, well, automatically your mind think it's a man doing that to a younger girl.
No,
you was here, right?
Stop all this. Make your motherfucking point.
That was my point, nigga.
No, you ain't sure.
That was my point.
But
even I just know niggas was capping.
Don't call a nigga contradicting when you ain't got no fucking facts behind it.
That's the fact, nigga.
The truth, and if you don't even know,
that's the fact.
What you're saying?
We said if you think of great for somebody older, automatically we gonna all think man. Y'all argued against it and said, no, sometimes women. So right now, you were saying, I didn't look at it as great when it was a woman.
I said, me as a kid.
remember it distinctly.
You feel me?
All right.
But regardless,
if we take
but go ahead.
out, since we own that little age
This
thing,
nigga,
I'm calling every shit out.
hey, so
Look me in my eyes, call me on my lies.
We know this nigga cap.
Look me in my eyes, call me on my lies.
no, what I'm saying is literally.
Can't even let a nigga tell his story. This nigga wild.
I'm calling niggas cap.
What I'm saying is when it comes to sex, it's a level of maturity that I think everybody has to have. Because even if you go to like mature age, say if someone is 60 years old and they was to holler at a 40-year-old, we would say, oh, that's cool. Like, that's nothing. But let that 20-year-old and that 40-year-old now be kind of like low-key side-eye because it's like, damn, she just became grown. But the level of maturity is still there because if she is attracted to older women or if the young man is attracted to older women, that just may be his preference. Because it was at a time in my life where I was attracted to women that were older than me because they were more established because I felt in my mind I can handle it, in which to a certain extent I could. Financially, I just wasn't up there with them. But the maturity-wise, conversation-wise, I truly was there because of my upbringing and because of the people that I roll with. Because at the time, most of my homies were older than me. I was the young buck out the group. So if I'm hanging around older cats and they doing shit that I'm not even supposed to be witnessing, now my level of maturity has kind of exacerbated that. So now I'm up here able to hang with the adults and hold my own at a young age. So now they looking at me like, what, you what on? Yeah, baby, but what's happening? Like, it's really up to you if you really want to exercise this, because I'm not going to say nothing. I know what consequences come if this get out, but are you willing to do that? But that was the maturity I was having. And what I'm saying is, when it comes to sex, it's a level of maturity. I think it's not about the age, and I'm not trying to be on the R. Kelly, age ain't nothing but a number, but it really does have the level of maturity because there are some younger women that are very mature, and there are some women that are mature, and then there are young men.
Disclaimer.
There are some men that are very mature for their age. Not saying all of them are, but there are some people that were mature because I know I was at that age.
So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. It's in terms of age. So a week ago, I'm in this class, whatever. And I know you are for, your daughter possibly dating an older man. Not hella older, but you would say, hey, be with an older man, establish as a young woman, get married. I'm for that. What I will say is it's the caliber of man. Because where I was at, the dude was like, yeah, my chick 19. I said, how old are you? He says 32. And I'm really adamant about the caliber of the man. So is it the age or the caliber of the man? Because his chick 19 and I'm in this class with this dude and nigga, you not ideal for a chick your age. So I think the discrepancy when it comes to the age thing, we always go to the worst case scenario. So when you think of an older man, you thinking of a sleazy, low down, Nick broke, which that dude fit that description. Because I'm saying to myself, if that was my 19-year-old daughter, you, man, bro, you gotta go.
I'm trying.
Versus if depending on that 32-year-old or something, or that older man, that's a man. Be under that tutelage. Don't start a family with that. So I think it's the caliber of man that we tend to think about when we do these age things. That, she 20 and she 40, but you was cool with this 40-year-old man, but you're not cool with this 40-year-old man, because this 40-year-old man act like Jody from Baby Boy.
I don't think it matters. I think that's how you looking at it. I don't think it matters. 40 and 20 is that's 20 years too much.
I'm trying to think where you got that I wanted my daughter. That nigga just went,
no.
Because he pointed at me.
I wasn't pointing. No,
where the fuck you get that shit from, nigga?
You had alluded to
about his daughter being married.
Would you prefer your daughter to be with a more mature man, older? Not extremely older.
I'm just like, what the fuck? I said that shit.
Because remember, you had a clip that went viral that's saying, my daughter, it's more important for my daughter to be married than have a college degree.
And so I think age
and that clip aged well, because if you look at the times right now, them college degrees ain't meaning a fucking thing. And you know what is meaning? People in relationships right now, because people need people more than ever.
Bingo.
Cost of living. Yeah, this is a two-income society. You're hearing women crying and men that's single crying about moving back with their parents because they cannot do it alone. They just cannot afford it. And you're hearing people that went to college regretting getting those degrees because they're not paying. There's no jobs. They're actually laying people off. AI is taking jobs. So y'all called me crazy when I said that shit 3 or 4 years ago. Nostradamus, yeah, that shit played out and aged well. But no, in reality,
you don't even believe in marriage.
In reality, no, I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe in marriage in the courtroom. Got that nigga. No,
We nigga be capping. We know niggas this year. Jump out of egg. This nigga don't even believe in marriage. Hey, what is he talking about?
He thought he got me. I made it very clear.
You just said you want your daughter married, but you don't believe in marriage. No, he got you because again, if your daughter's not on that man's paperwork, at the end of the day, she's gonna be a glorified baby mama.
Don't even matter. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. So he did check
He didn't check me at all. I made it very clear.
Bro,
I don't agree. I don't agree.
No, Byron, hold on. It's a difference between being a baby mama and a wife. A baby mama don't get the retirement and all that because it doesn't. She's not on paperwork.
She can't make no calls if something happens to this nigga.
If her husband or boyfriend's in the ICU, she don't get to say.
You do know you can write that up,
bro.
Hold on. That's how dumb niggas is. You do know you can write that up.
Niggas ain't doing that.
Ain't nobody just gonna write that up in the middle of an emergency. In the middle of emergency, something happened. Nobody's gonna give me time to write this up.
Bro.
What is he talking about?
Before the emergency happens, you can put all of this on paper. It don't have to be your wife.
Nobody ain't doing that. Nobody ain't doing that for somebody that they didn't lock in with a ring.
Who's not doing that? People do it every day.
In California, bro, if you know this, the girlfriend or boyfriend does not have final say if the parents are alive, bro. So, hold on. If something was to happen to you, you're not married. Your girl can't say, nah, I want him to stay on life support. The parents would be like, nah, I don't want my baby suffering. Pull the plug. Your mother would have say so even if your emergency cards.
If you don't give them the authority to, you can. So a responsible adult already has that in order. Just like me, I already have it in order. If something happened to me in that situation, who to contact and who is responsible. See, these be niggas that just talking.
No,
hey, you know what's crazy? Just talking. You know what's crazy? He's saying that, but that's definitely not facts. They're going to go after the parent. And y'all can look this up.
How is that not facts?
Y'all know, you can say all that shit you want to. The doctor is still, if something goes on and your brain or anything is not functioning right, where you can't comprehend, they're going to go after the parent before
No,
they go
they're
after
not. They go after the emergency
The
contact.
parent will be the man.
No, whoever you listed as an adult on that paper, that's who they're going to
I
contact.
get what you're saying, but I think he's right
These
because
niggas don't know what they talking
And then
about.
also in Cali, aren't you legally married after what 7 years?
No, that's over with. This the
It
bottom
used to be
line.
10 years.
The
That's
bottom
the
line,
bottom
Cali,
line.
he don't believe in marriage, nigga. He preaching this marriage shit.
I don't agree with marriage in the sense of westernized marriage culture because it's designed to fail so they get paid. So I don't agree with that.
I
But
agree
we
with
were
that.
getting married before court systems existed, before modern civilization. Man and woman were together as husband and wife. So how are they doing that without these pieces of paper
Well, and-
from westernized culture?
In scripture, it tells you quite literally, whomever you lay down with is actually who you married to.
And that's all I'm saying.
We can't pick and choose about when
Yes, we can.
We can't pick and choose about when we taking something from the past until now. It's 2026. We're not living in before back then shit that we don't even know actually happened. Right now, that's no different than trying to get a speech about the motherfucking little girls at 16. But before then,
Who
So in
says we
other
can't
words-
pick and choose though? I
In
hear
other
people say
words,
that.
what you're saying,
I got it right here. But wait. Let's read the.
them niggas passionate.
I'm gonna
go
read.
ahead, short. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
read the full definition. If the patient is an adult and conscious, they have the final say. If unconscious, the legal next of kin, usually mom, and I asked girlfriend, it says usually mom, not girlfriend, or a designated healthcare proxy makes decisions without legal paperwork, POA, hospitals default to blood relatives, mom over a girlfriend.
Hold on,
But
keyword.
Healthcare,
Keyword.
yeah, designated healthcare
Without
proxy.
legal paperwork. Didn't I just literally say
You said
with
conscious. You
paperwork?
said conscious,
These
right?
niggas dumb as hell, man.
you have to be
These
conscious.
niggas
You
dumb
have
as
to be
hell.
conscious, but if you're unconscious, they're going to resort to the mother. It does not. No, bro.
Short, this is the key detail you're missing.
Brother, you're
Without legal paperwork. I said a responsible adult is going to have legal paperwork.
So if that woman can control your life, why aren't you marrying her? Because no, your country, and she can have the final say so over your life. You can't marry this woman for money. Get out of here, Bob. I'm checking niggas in 2026.
What are you
Get
checking?
out of here.
What are you checking?
She can cut your faucet off if she wanted to, but you can't marry her?
No, I can't marry her because this is what y'all don't understand. When you marry her, you're not marrying your spouse, you're marrying the system. You think you're marrying the spouse, you're marrying the system. So now you give the system control over your dominion. Not you and your wife. You're now married to whatever white judge they put in front of you. They allocate where your house go, where your 401k go, where the kids, the dog, the car go.
So that's not worth more than your life? Because all that shit you can be replaced. A 401k, all that shit can... What are you talking? You can always make more money, bro, if it's from your woman, fam.
What the fuck are you talking about right now?
The judge is not about to be in that, bro. That's when you get a
The
divorce.
judge ain't gonna be in that.
If you get a divorce, bro, it's
Yes.
the same shit if the bitch break up with you, bro. You clearly gonna have a family, property, all that shit still gonna go through the courts if you're married or not. You're gonna build
What?
with this. Bro, if you're building with a girlfriend.
If you're not married, they ain't going through the courts
yes,
if you
they
don't got
are,
paperwork.
bro. If you have property or any business with that woman and she has money in it,
If
you
y'all
guys
buy a
gonna have to
house
go to
together
court.
and both get your names on it, y'all going through the court.
Thank you, bro. You're going to go to the court, married or unmarried.
Yes,
if
for
you're
that
building with-
business, not for your marriage. Your marriage.
Do you understand what I'm
can
saying?
say
what you're saying,
still going
Short.
through court, married or not.
These
You
niggas
can't
dumb.
avoid
Alimony.
You
She
can't.
can't go rape you for alimony. Your 401k. She can't go try to get your 401k.
He
Your
said you
pension.
worried about
She
that, but
can't-
you'll give somebody control over your lifespan.
Yes,
That's what he said.
Yes, you're worried about that because data and evidence would say you need to be. Because, like I said, we just had a whole debate about how women try to get revenge when shit goes bad, and both of these niggas just gave an hour-long speech on how to protect yourself, and now they saying don't protect yourself.
Nobody
But the
said
most
that. I
important
never said
things
that.
in the
The whole
world
point
is your
was-
fucking
prenup,
The whole
bro.
point was niggas.
It's called a prenup.
Nah, short. The whole point was this nigga's a. That's why he.
That's emotional immaturity right
Yeah,
there.
he always
He
emotional
about
as
to go up there
hell.
and Google some shit
He
right
always
now.
emotional as hell. He know he can cook. He mad, and you know why he mad? Trying to do that with me because motherfuckers in the comments say Messiah always cooking your ass. So what this nigga do? He getting his feelings about it and then try to run it and then find some way. Don't even let a nigga talk. But the whole point we was getting at was that he's sitting here popping it. You praising yourself about marriage and don't believe in fucking marriage. That was the whole point. He gonna move the goalposts about something else. That's just what it is.
I believe in marriage. I don't believe in westernized marriage.
nigga.
I don't believe in westernized marriage.
And that's your preference, but what I'm saying is you're saying you can't go to court with a girlfriend. If you're building with the girlfriend, you're going to go to court. If y'all build a business, a home, a car note, whatever the case may be, if that's your woman, you rocking with her, everything's not going to be in her name and everything's not going to be your name.
He said, it is you an idiot for giving somebody control over your life and death. And said they say, oh, he got a 63% chance of making it. Nah, pull the plug. He cool with that, but he worrying about a damn 401k.
Exactly, nigga, you just
What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
Bro, this is chess. Bro, you literally just boxed your own queen in, homie.
What? How did I box my own queen?
Bro, you just gave her a girlfriend.
I done
Controlling your life,
checkmated y'all.
written consent. Bro, you just said
I
you're giving her
checkmated y'all a long time
Bro,
ago.
didn't he just say he'll give her written consent? And that's what a mature man do if I'm not married.
So she gonna still
But you
get everything
tripping on-
anyway.
Yeah, bro.
No. One, I never said to give it to her or not. Your argument was, how could she be your wife and not even have control over your medical? And I said, y'all dumb as hell. You could fill out a document and give her the rights if you wanted to. Never did I say do that or not. I said the option is there though.
The only reason why I think that is more common is because a lot of people don't necessarily have contact with their family or their family lives far away, etc. So they do put something in place where, hey, my girlfriend or whoever it is probably going to make the decision.
I was just about to get.
Who doesn't?
Bro, most America don't have $1,000 in their saving account.
This is true.
Let's not play dumb, Viral. Most people aren't prepared for any type of emergency, whether it's a medical, whether it's a financial emergency. Most people aren't prepared because most people are living from paycheck to paycheck. So no one even fathoms of, okay, I'm gonna drive to work and then bam, I'm in a car accident. You don't plan for that, bro. That's why people drive with no car insurance. That's why people already have, what's the basic liability? The basic liability.
Yeah,
no
they get
full
liability
coverage.
insurance.
What I'm saying is people are barely making it. So they can't even fathom the future of a happening. Of like,
And even for the most part, realistically, nigga, if you're not married, even when you on medical care, whatever you need, for the most part, if your parents is here, your parent gonna be on that point of contact first before any girlfriend will, and any nigga right mind. If you talking about protecting yourself,
Bro,
niggas is not doing that.
There's men who are married who move all their assets in their parents' name. We seen it in how many divorces where the wife tried to go clear everything and his net worth was zero because it was in his mama name because he had to protect himself in the modern world where divorce is congratulated with all your fucking assets to the woman.
So what I
What
was.
are y'all niggas talking about? Hold on, you in the union, nigga.
And
You
still-
hold on, you in the union.
I am part of the
So
union.
when you filled out that paperwork when you got that job, it said if you died on the job, you had the option to put whose name there.
well, at the time,
Whoever the fuck you wanted.
But at the time,
the beneficiary to you do get the
You choose, nigga.
Yeah.
So that's let you answer.
that's
That's what I'm
preparation.
saying. Goddamn, nigga. At the time, I put my mother because at the end of the day, that is the woman who I know will have the best interest at heart, bro. And again, if my mother was, God forbid, but if something was to happen to my mother, again, I would have to think of the person who has the best interest at heart. That's what you think of when you think of medical emergency. You're thinking about who has the best interest at heart. Typically, it's your spouse if you guys are truly in love. If not, it's your parents. Let's just be real, bro.
Hey, we playing chess right now. Check. Hold on. Check. So you married, right?
Well, go ahead.
Did you fill out that paperwork before or after you got married?
He said before already.
No. Let him answer, nigga.
I wasn't married at the time.
Okay, cool. So if you were married, like right now, let's say you got the job
Who I'm
right
picking,
now.
my wife or my mother?
Yes.
Nigga, my wife.
Okay.
Nigga, I'm picking my wife.
So that's all I'm saying.
What are you
But what were you
saying?
That's
saying?
all
What
I'm
is he
saying.
talking about?
Hey, check fucking
He didn't
name.
even say
He
nothing.
just went all around the
He didn't
world.
even say nothing, though.
Why would you put it in your girlfriend's name? And he just said he could put it in his wife's name.
I said wife, not girl. Bro, what are we talking
If I
about?
consider
I
this
told you
woman
trying to
my
move the
wife,
goalposts
bro,
on you. Don't go for it, short.
Checkmate.
You didn't checkmate shit.
No, Gar, let me finish.
Checkmate.
No, time out. Hey, Rod, check this out. Ask me if that was my girlfriend. Ask me if that.
Checkmate.
ask me if
Hey,
she's
now,
my girlfriend.
shorts. Just
If
slow
she's
down
my
real quick.
girlfriend-
He ain't gonna let you talk. Cuz just trying to act like he agreed with you.
Man.
You just made up some old dumbass shit right now.
I'm not playing this.
Hey,
Hey, Rod.
2v1 buying niggas.
Rod and Collie, because y'all quiet right now. Listen, I'm not putting my girlfriend over my mother. My wife, yes, because now it's in the eyes of the law. I'm not tripping on it because I value her. I'm not putting no girlfriend over my mother.
How long you been with your wife?
We've been married for 2 years, been together for 5.
Okay, so
But
7.
I'm not putting no girlfriend.
So what is the difference between you and your girl and me and my girl? Me and my girl been together 8 years. You live with your girl, I live with my girl. Only difference is to me, you got the ring and the paper.
That's cool.
So
But that's my
you
preference.
view cool. That's your preference. You view her as the wife because you walked down the aisle, got the ring and the paper.
Yeah.
I could view her as my wife from my perspective and say we didn't need all that.
And
So
again,
what? So what's the difference?
What I'm saying is because I already medically is the difference at this point, bro. I know this woman has best interest at heart because now our shit is literally tied together. I know that because she committed the same commitment I did. Girlfriend and boyfriend, and I don't want to isolate your relationship. What I'm saying in general is I don't trust women to the aspect of you trust your woman. Because I feel like women have hidden an alternative. Until you show me your dedication, your level, I'm going to max you. I'm like a 401k. You put in 6%, I'm going to max you full return. What I'm saying is I need to see your dedication to know that. Not saying your woman not. Your woman is special, bro. What I'm saying is you have a rare exception. But how many of those are out there?
No, but look, this is my whole argument. I could even argue it's in your wife's benefit to pull the plug even more than my girl because
Insurance money.
she's legally attached to you. So all of that
I have kids with her.
I know,
That's okay.
I get
It's
it.
gonna go to
no, but
her.
listen, what I'm saying is,
I'm not tripping.
I know you're not tripping. What I'm saying is, she could be incentivized to kill you off more than my girl.
Nigga.
Because
And
my,
she-
But no, sorry. We need to go to the next.
You feel what I'm saying,
No,
Kylie?
no, Kylie. He making
See,
up.
Kylie getting in there.
He making up. All,
Kylie getting in there.
Man, let somebody
checkmate.
screaming, girl.
Checkmate.
Let somebody talk. He's making up all these extreme scenarios.
Exactly.
Like, for one, that's two different situations. They married and got a family. So regardless, she still has access to whatever he got now. So him potentially falling off is not even bringing in and carrying the weight that he needs to carry right now. So it'd be a dumbass move for her to pull a plug on him.
And again, at the end of the day, bro, when you're married, isn't that the ideal is to keep the money in the family? At the end of the day, I look at her as family. I'm not tripping on what happened. Nigga, I'm gone. If that's how she really felt, then my nigga, that was my bad. But at the end of the day, it's still going to my kid. I still have kids with this woman. If I trust her to have my child, my nigga, that's what's going to happen. My child's going to have a house and money. At the end of the day, nigga, I can't take none of this shit with me. You're
Checkmate.
thinking as if I could take this U-Haul to my grave, my nigga. What the fuck?
I don't even know what y'all arguing at this point.
What I'm saying is you're talking about protecting assets.
I checkmated
What
you
assets?
already.
No, you didn't checkmate me, nigga, because at the same time, my nigga, you have a long-term girlfriend that you have a business with. If something was to happen to you right now, could she afford to do all this shit by herself?
And that's what I'm saying. That she would have more reason to not pull the plug on
Nigga,
me
what do
than your wife would on you.
No, it
technically.
doesn't, bro.
Because listen,
the
if
responsibility still falls.
no,
nigga.
bro,
Life
she's
insurance,
getting all
What?
your insurance.
That's
she's
only limited, nigga.
She's getting the entire house. She's getting the cars. She's getting everything. Plus, on top of now, the business is 100% hers. She can pull the plug on you, and I'm up.
Again, bro, that's when you have a bad.
You got what, $1 million
So let me-
life insurance
so let me ask you
policy?
this.
She up.
But even if
And
you get life insurance for anybody,
but you
though.
can say all that, but I'm pretty sure your women know everything
about
about how to milk a nigga if they wanted to.
Bro,
Most women they ain't dealing with no nigga for years and don't know a nigga social, don't
was
know
gonna say, nigga,
everything
somebody
about
knows.
it. They know all that shit.
Bro,
nigga.
it's not
about
knowing,
So
it's
by the
about-
time they execute their plan, that shit already in
Now,
motion.
I'm about
What's-
to box this
it's
nigga.
about
How
legally
many times,
being able
How many
to.
times have you left your woman has told me, this nigga's forgetful about his wife. I could have took this money, credit card. You stay doing that shit, bro. If a woman that wanted to milk you, she can milk you if she's your girlfriend or wife, bro. Because I know you in real life. You are very forgetful, CG. I mean, Viral.
Think you get passports?
Nigga, his woman packs
All
his
my
bags
shit right
for
now
fucking
is in my
vacation.
shit drawer, nigga.
She packs this nigga bags for vacation. She has a nigga. When they go on trips, they have like sandwiches. She can poison you on that trip and say you died overseas. Like, nigga, who's he talking to? And he knows this, bro.
And thank you for making my point. I'm not picking no one that I don't trust with my life. There's someone you sleep next to every night. So if I can't leave my passport, if I can't leave my wallet with hundreds of dollars in it without thinking about you going in and why the fuck would I be with you? You just made my point again.
All right, so
Let's go to the next subject, yeah.
Checkmate these man. Listen.
All this nigga did was start screaming.
Checkmate. This nigga been screaming since I came in here.
Nah, now you want to
sit down.
Hey, come on, this nigga. How a nigga mad at
Hey, stop screaming.
How a nigga talking about etiquette and then start doing the same thing he mad at you for doing? Start screaming.
Come on, cuz.
where that book at?
Yeah, he need to read this motherfucker. Yeah. You know, tell that nigga, Rod. Emotional 2.0.
2.0, nigga.
Emotional damage.
Man.
I don't know what happens to
look.
that mean.
Hey, look, but what y'all think about this news, right? Because we was talking about them limiting the poor traveling. And I'm starting to see them take steps to that. So Spirit Airlines has officially shut down after 34 years. I didn't even know Spirit was in existence for 34 years.
Neither did I. I thought that was new.
So Spirit has officially shut down, halting all operations immediately following failed attempts to secure a $500 million government bailout and after years of financial instability. So they have just canceled all the flights. They're telling you either you got to book with another airline, or they're talking about getting refunds, all type of different things. My question to y'all is, where do the poor go to travel now? Now, a lot of people say cancel Frontier next. And I'm thinking, you dumbass, these are the only two budget airlines. If they cancel Spirit and Frontier, now you got to go to the upper echelon, which means paying more money.
Southwest ain't us. I was just say Southwest is. You can do Southwest. I can't stand that airline.
It's not as cheap as Spirit.
No.
It's not as cheap as Frontier.
Niggas.
So the point is, if they eliminate the budget airlines, what is that really saying for the people who can't afford to travel on the upper echelon of airlines?
It was the motherfuckers they probably didn't want in the air anyway, because you got to be honest with you. Stuff like Spirit, I call that soul plane. And we know who takes Spirit. Let's just keep it a buck. I hate to do that to our people or people of that kind of, it's our people. And it's usually the undesirables that none of us even want to be around. That's a soul plane airline. I didn't even know, I thought Spirit was new. I didn't take Spirit to that time we went to Frisco. That was the first, I take Delta and all the other ones. But for those people who financially can't afford it, they don't want you there anyway. Because I hate to sound on some, what's that socialism shit, but unfortunately, your financial status tends to kind of have a mentality that's attached to it. And those type of people on those airlines, and it's not necessarily our people, but those people low budget, they got low budget mentalities and how they conduct themselves. I'm just keeping it above.
I'm gonna say this then. Rest in peace to Spirit. Y'all took me to some good places.
Hey, I've been on Spirit. I'm not against it, but I chose not to go for specific reasons, and it has to do with the caliber of the passengers.
I'm gonna be honest. 5 hours and under, I'm always looking for the Spirit price. 5 hours and under, I'm 9 times out of 10 looking for the Spirit airline. And I'm gonna say this too. There's a misconception on who flies Spirit. I flew in a lot of places Spirit. Everybody on Spirit.
That's what
white people on Spirit. Yeah. Asians on Spirit, Hispanics on Spirit, them Indians on, nigga, everybody fly Spirit. We get the bad rap because every time you see a fight at Spirit, it's usually us. But trust me, they own Spirit, nigga.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I agree with you. When it comes to Spirit Airlines, I was somebody using Spirit. You said 5 hours. I can't do 5 hours. For sure, 3. And I'm gonna tell you this. Anytime, and this is what people forget about Spirit. It's only a carry-on you can have on that motherfucker. You have one of them heavy bags, they charge you up for that price to get on Spirit. That's how they get their money. So really for me, it was more so Spirit was more so turnaround. If I'm going to Vegas, if I'm going to Frisco, something like that real quick, I don't mind Spirit because again, all it is transportation to get to my destination. I didn't look at it in that way. The seats are very uncomfortable. And for me, I'm 6 feet, over 250. So that's why I'll be like uncomfortable with Spirit. Plus I like my ginger ale and peanuts paws on the flight. They don't offer those. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was kind of frowned upon Spirits. But as far as just means of transportation, Spirit was very efficient as far as like the quick turnaround trips, because if you knew the game, your flights was cheaper if you go in person to LAX to buy it than buy it online. I learned so much. Shout out to bro, putting me up on game about flights and stuff like that. So again, I appreciate Spirit. I pray that the government bail them out because really it is a way for people who can't afford to travel, a means of traveling. And on top of that as well, it's efficient for the quick turnarounds. And again, budgeting. You got the higher echelons, Mercedes-Benz, and then you got the lowest of the lows of like the Honda beat-up Civics. It's levels for a reason, man. Not
y'all killing our Spirit is crazy. To me, Spirit, I seen Spirit, that line was always, that motherfucker was never looking dull to me to when I seen people. But the only difference is, to me, it's like people bash Spirit. But outside of Spirit, if you not in first class or business class, your flight ain't all that anyway. You think you jumping on
Southwest, JetBlue.
What's the other stuff called?
JetBlue.
It's the red
Frontier.
Delta. The ones that the ones that go out the country and stuff.
Emirates.
Yeah, Emirates or whatever that is. Like you jumping on these other different type of planes. If you not you not really bossed up if you're not even first class and none of that anyway.
Business class, first
Yeah,
class.
so you still down there tucked how you in. So
I agree.
so nigga be a dummy to jump on one of them planes. You got the same type of seats and you don't want to get on Spirit and pay the low.
I've heard rich people or entertainers they stay. Hey, once you go in first class, that's the only way to fly. And plus now they got the money, they've experienced, and they got the money. So it sound bougie, but I get it. Let me get in first class, I'm probably never going back either. So I agree with what you're saying. But because I've been on different airlines, JetBlue, I might be in coach, but JetBlue is way more comfortable.
The experience is different.
The experience, the seating. That's what I'm on, the seating. Most of the airlines that I take outside of Southwest and Spirit is more comfortable. Just bottom line, nigga, I ain't up on nobody like this. And seats hard, it's comfortable. So you could be riding coach. I have to disagree. Depending on the airline, it is a better, more enjoyable flight experience. Now, if it's just about coach and first class, hey, nigga, if you ain't in first class, what you really talking about?
The reason I'm really bringing this up is not so much just clown Spirit. This is really going to cut off a large portion of the population from being able to travel. A lot of people can literally only afford Spirit, especially you want to take your kids somewhere. I don't know if y'all been looking at prices, but prices for the summer have jumped 50% just from last summer. So this exact same destinations you went last summer, if you bought a plane ticket, double that. Now Spirit is gone. It's going to get ugly for a lot of people. That's why I said 5 hours and under, because like Short said, they tax you to bring the bigger bags on. But the way to get around that was get one of the travel backpacks. You could fit damn near a week worth of clothes in there.
Military rolling.
So because you going where? Miami, New York, you might go to Philly, Chicago, Texas, Houston. Like that's pretty much where you're going on Spirit. You're not going overseas or nothing crazy.
16 hours.
Yeah, you're usually going on a weekend trip, Friday to Monday or something like that. Pack everything in a backpack, go turn up, come back. Save $1,000. Like it was.
Shout out to the trick that my boy Viral taught me. Hey, don't buy the person. Wait till you get to the location, hit Target up so you can get more room on your backpack. And you know what I'm saying? That makes more sense. Again, you learn a lot more tricks of the trade once you start traveling. And Spirit has taught me that at the end of the day, yeah, they may tax you on the prices, but guess what? We still getting there at an efficient price. And I had more money to turn up when I got to my location. I was just more so like, hey, as long as we get there, I'm not even tripping. Because at the end of the day, once we in the air, who really care about this highlighter ass plane? We just try to stay alive. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I really hope because at the end of the day, the government has to give them that loan. They did that. Remember when Ford was going through that situation, that bailout? Man, bailout Spirit, bro. But I think it's an agenda because now if you keep the poor from traveling, you don't open up that third eye.
It is an agenda. They just want to. I think it's another test. They want to see how it's gonna work, what people gonna accept. You know what I'm saying? Because if they got a certain amount of airlines, and then you see that the way how TSA and stuff look right now, it's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible right now.
I'd like to see who the big wigs of Spirit, like who did they support during the election? Who are they in bed with? Because they already went to Trump once to get the relief, and he denied it. So that's why they're in the situation they're in. So my thing would be. He probably has some personal vendetta against whoever it is that is one of the big wigs. So I'm not giving you this 500. I'm just not doing it because you said fuck Trump or you sat down with Nancy or some Democrat I didn't fuck with. It's probably something like that. We're not gonna know about that, but I think that's what it is. Then you have the increasing fuel prices. They just can't. They're not making enough to be able to stay afloat, so they need that loan. And you going to a nigga who probably don't.
It's like, damn, how much do an airplane got to make at this point? Because I'm just saying, even if you go to LAX, you gonna see Spirit flying out in and out that motherfucker plenty of time.
I'm just saying from like a fuel expense, like
that's why I'm asking, like, how much y'all think a plane costs to because what you got to do, maintenance and keep it manufactured, and like you said, everything else. But other than that, y'all making money daily, like.
Well, they said Spirit was in the negative.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised, like when you really look into most businesses in general, most mom and pops, they're either barely breaking the even or they're in the red. That's the reality of most businesses, especially in America. It's just that they have the workarounds to, hey, let me go put the G-Wagon on because it's this amount of weight. Let me go put it on the bid. You know, niggas do all of that stuff. That's what a lot of business people do. They're using their business credit, etc. But most businesses are in the red. Especially a business like Spirit, again, when they're giving out the cheaper tickets, there's things happening, and now you have this increase in fuel where it's like they're probably fueling up more than other people because they're making more stops. So that comes into play.
This is the first major airline being canceled in 25 years. Wow. On top of Spirit filed for bankruptcy twice, 2024 and 2025. So the major cause of them really going out of business are the raising prices of the fuel. So they can't keep up with the cost of the fuel, which is tied to what? All of these foreign international problems that we having with right now. Iran, Venezuela, we just took over Cuba. So they can't keep up with the prices that's going up, just like Americans can't keep up with the goddamn gas prices. So all of that shit is tied.
And it's like, how's the government?
To Cuba now, I don't know if y'all saw that. You saw that? Yeah, they opened that up.
And I was gonna say, like you just said, bro, this is a struggle of what American people are dealing with right now. And so at the end of the day, bro, this is where we have to start changing our views of who's really in control. At the end of the day, y'all saying one party is better than the next, and Trump is gonna do this and this. Trump has done everything he said he wasn't gonna do, and he has done. So that lets you know, as American people, where do you stand? What are you gonna tolerate? At the end of the day, homie, it's in our control. We been said, homie, stand up. We united as one. Don't pay tax. We got to pick a day when we're not paying taxes. And if you have a W-2, we're the most highest tax people because we are already working for somebody. When you have businesses, you have benefits of writing tax write-off in business laws. They give you a reason. So I feel like it's a bigger agenda, like you just said, because even if a business is losing money, there's still tax write-off you can benefit off of losing money.
It's not a bad
business.
Yeah, good debt.
To a certain degree, you need debt because that shows that
you get as much profit.
Yeah, and it gives you debt is just credit. That's really all it is. You have the ability you're in this amount of debt because you got this deal.
So in 2024, they tried to merge with JetBlue, but the powers that be blocked it.
Wow.
So it was already planned for them to get shut down. It just was a work in progress. So this is over a 2-year process.
And JetBlue, I don't know when, but over the last few years, they've actually ascended because there was a time where I can only catch JetBlue out of Long Beach. They've not been at LAX long. They've only been at LAX between the last maybe 6 to 7 years. So that would have been good for Spirit to link with them because they ascended.
And JetBlue probably looked at it like that. Like we can make more money together.
Only flown that shit once.
So just follow the trends. Everything is usually connected. Nothing is an isolated incident. They've been saying it publicly. They don't want the poor traveling. They want you they closing the fences. Free range chicken. You think you free, them fences closing in.
So
yeah, because once they start, because then we seeing all this, it's like they keep trying things, and then it get to a point where like y'all just ain't flying at all. You can't even buy a ticket.
You can't fly at all. They go get you those oscillant glasses, those meta glasses to put these on, and now you're on vacation in your mind. You're not traveling. You're not even going there. You're just imagine that if you're there. They're trying to limit your imagination, and that's what we're lacking now. Imagination. I remember as a kid, you used to believe anything. Give you the hopes to make you want to go do something.
They trying to low key create it to the point where we living like that. What was that show? Was that Paradise or one of them? They had the fake sun and
Paradise
else. Yeah, where you ain't going, you just gonna be in that globe. You ain't doing no flying.
That dome, the bubble, and that's just what it is.
Because it wasn't just poor using Spirit. It was middle class families using Spirit as well. So if you're not upper class or rich, they're limiting your ability to travel. I'm gonna get in the car and drive cross country.
No,
you know how much gas is, bro? So they limiting you every which way, and ain't nobody really paying attention. Y'all celebrate. No, close frontier next. Dumb fuck. That's how you get around.
But our people be so like happy to go spend more bread.
I was about to allude to that.
Now I'm out of United. I'm spending $600. Like you niggas could never. You know, that's really what it be. Like
the
niggas
competition.
Just wanna go. Yeah, it's like nigga, I'll take the $200, $100 ticket and get there because we all getting there. At the end of the day, nigga, I just want to get from point A to point B.
That should be capped though. These niggas be looking for what's them things, buddy passes and all type of shit.
So my thing with any time it comes to spending money, this is the whole topic of money. Even with the economy being messed up like it is, we are always in something where, the economy messed up. No matter what, I still always allude back to spending habits. It's kind of like a person who has bad genetics, so they say. Let's say I entertain that. Are you actually helping your situation with your habits? So if the economy is messed up for us monetarily, which is a real thing, one would assume you'd be better with your spending habits. And a lot of these people I'm going through stuff. Your spending habits was crap before it got bad. Now it's worse. And it's people got that Usher and Chris Brown. All right.
So.
Hold on. Let's get to that. But we gotta not act like shit ain't way more. Like gas what I mean is gas is fucking taxing. And they try to act like it's going down. They'll boost it up, and people see it going to $6.25. Niggas like, oh, gas going down. Like, make you feel good. And then, like, the price of just groceries and stuff like that.
Okay,
nigga,
but
that is terrible, especially people with more than one kid.
But still have bad spending habits. Yeah. I am not going to let up on bad spending habits.
What I mean is, my point, not to stop you again, was trying to eat healthy. Like, if you a person that wants to eat healthy and you have a family or people that's harder than just buying BS. Yeah.
I agree. Quality of food, but it's all in preparation at that point. That's another topic because nigga, everybody eat chicken. You chose to fry yours. That's on you. So I don't want to go.
How you eat it is different than buying.
No, like even a store you buy it at, the quality. And I'm gonna be honest, for decades, you probably could attribute to bad spending habits. I'm gonna be honest, right now, I don't think you can even attribute it to that. Like I literally took my kids. I swear to God, I took my kids for pizza yesterday, bro. We went to Orange County, spent almost $200 on 2 large pizzas, 2 orders of side salads, and 2 or 3 orders of wings. No drinks. Ooh. Pizza, wings, and salad. Should have been no more than $60. Damn near $200. So it don't matter where you go. If you're not going to In-N-Out, I mean, even Chipotle raised their prices. Ooh. And people was asking the CEO of Chipotle, why you raising your price? He said, man, my customers can afford it. I'm going to keep raising it. So shit literally costs that much. People don't have money to spare, and I'm not looking down on people who went and bought a concert ticket. Nigga, I'm working all year long.
You never get to enjoy
I can't enjoy life, nigga, because shit is high? Get the fuck out of here.
That exact thing you said about the CEO of Chipotle is kind of what we're speaking to, is it doesn't matter how high this gets. Most Americans are going to view this as a necessity, even though it's not. So you don't have to go and get the $13, $20 Chipotle every day. You at work 5 days out the week. And they can continue to raise the price because they know you're emotionally tied to that already. So you're going to go spend the money where they go from 13, 20, because you have now put it into your subconscious programming that this is a necessity and this is something that I have to go and do. So I do agree that things are more expensive, but you do have to take into account some of the spending habits because a lot of it is programming. A lot of this shit we could just stop taking part in today. Right? Like if we really wanted to, we could, and that would tank a lot of these businesses, but we are emotionally attached and programmed to continue this consumerism route that we're in. And that contributes to why niggas are struggling.
I'm not even speaking from just our people sometimes. Like, even, okay, like what bro just said, his scenario right now. Okay, now just imagine if he went grocery shop and spent $1,000. That might last, give or take, a week or two, if that. Between his family and on top of that, and he only wanted to take them out to eat, maybe just they went out on a Saturday and a Sunday. So that's over $1,400 just off of that. That's just on just that. That ain't maybe lunch money for school. That ain't other different things during out the week. So I'm just saying is regardless, that shit is gonna rack up.
Kali had a great point. Kali made a point because McDonald's did this. McDonald's got so expensive, they had to bring back the dollar meal or the value meals. What I'm saying is it's not a necessity. You got to just pick and choose what's really important. And again, I know groceries are expensive and things like that, but it's a way where you can itemize it, where you can coupon, where you can go in there and make it where like, okay, this is more important than buying the filler foods. Sometimes you got to just have more dense meals in the household. Remember back in the day when spaghetti used to last the whole week? You got to kind of start doing things like that where
pivot. Spaghetti lasting a week.
I think people still doing that. Like we still eat spaghetti 2-3 days.
But it's all about how you stretch your $100. If we all have $100, it doesn't get you what it was, but it's still ways you can make it work for your household.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, bro, because what would items in the basket versus how much it costs, unless you're going to grocery shop, you really don't understand how bad it's gotten. Go to the grocery store.
It's raw.
Put in some milk, some eggs, some lunch meat, some bread. Nigga, bread is down to $7. Oh, fucking. And like bro said, And like, bro, nigga, what?
You don't need bread.
This nigga crazy. Like bro said,
bread, cheese, milk, nigga. That's
if
the
you-
basic
You gotta think
if
about
you
it.
want to eat healthy, mind you, we're preaching health. I'm not saying just go get the cheapest bottom of the barrel shit that's gonna give you cancer in the next 10 years. People are trying to attempt to eat healthy to combat obesity. So they're trying to make better decisions and they're being penalized because the better decision costs more than the worst decision. So if I get all the worst decisions, I get sick, I go to the doctor, now they got another customer. All that shit is
And that's
tied in.
more money.
More
You
money.
know, and then on top of that, like you just said, all that, and then you ain't add in fruit and everything else, fruit, vegetables, and all
they
that.
killing you for that.
Yeah, you. By the time your basket, you get a full basket, you getting whooped for sure.
Sure.
So that's just the way I see it. Like you just said, Kylie, it is to that point of people wanting to spend more. It's just the prices is just crazy. But people not gonna boycott the Chipotle even after he say fuck you to your face. People still gonna go do it.
Even like the whole McDonald's thing you just talked about, they brought back a value menu that's $2, $3, $4, and $5, and because they called it value, we like okay, we'll get the money back to them. So it is certain things that we do. Another thing that I've been learning because I shop at Sprouts or Whole Foods, and it is expensive. But the more research you do, you kind of realize that the meat, like the eggs and shit, low key be the same everywhere. It's the fruit and the vegetables, stuff like that you kind of got to go to different places. Farmers markets or things like that, but the meat is damn near the same. They just slap a grass-fed label on it or a certain label, you know. And when you really when you dig into the labeling and how that works and how they're able to say something is organic or something is pure, they can use certain verbiage to trick the consumer into believing it's more pure than
I'll
what
give
it
you an
is.
example. This is how they mess with people's heads all the time.
So go get that meat from Smart and Final, wherever your food for less. Go get it and cook it. You're gonna be healthier than going getting that $14 meal at McDonald's.
I think
I ain't fucking with that.
I think
I ain't gonna
go ahead, Rob.
So like with the verbiage with the food, this is how they mess with you. Tell me the difference between low fat and non-fat.
Exactly.
Tell me.
We don't know.
That's how they mess
I think
with you.
I
So
actually
one that costs more than the other, they're the same thing.
Yeah.
But that's how they get you with the verbiage. When they tell you something that was on sale, it was really the original price. They hiked it up to see how much they can get off the suckers. Once they realize, oh, we can't get this off, whatever this item is. Food, then they'll drop it to $65. The shoe or the item was already said the sale price. They just realized, oh, it ain't working at this hiked up price.
Also, too, they'll do the thing where buy two, get one, like a half off or something like that, where it's really like they're charging you the same price for the exact. That's marketing. When they put things like colors and all that stuff is part of marketing. When you think of red, you think of appetite. Yellow, you think of a sale, attention, and thing. All that stuff is part of marketing. The way a grocery store is designed, it's meant for you to buy all the BS because the kids see at eye level. That's where all the candies, the sugary cereals are at. The produce and the dairy stuff is all the way in the back. But by the time you get there, pass through all the BS. It's programming, bro. If you're not understanding this, everything is a program. If you're not teaching yourself, you're being programmed by the government, by the system. That's why grocery stores is built like that. When you're in line, what's in the front? Magazines, junk food, candy, all that stuff because you're hungry and it's like, damn, this little snack won't hurt if I buy me a Snickers. You dig what I'm saying? All that stuff is programmed.
that's why they say don't shop when you're hungry. But you'll buy a lot of different things. And now I might go left field with this, what I'm saying now, but I'm starting to, and this is from my own self and the way I'm viewing it. I feel like they're placebo affecting us on a bigger scale, but in a negative way. If you don't know what the placebo effect is, just imagine you being sick and they gave you a water pill, you took the pill, and you end up being healthy again. So what I'm getting at is that I just seen that they said Snickers, Reese's, and all other type of candies cause, you know what I mean, certain things, parasites and stuff like that within you. So now me understanding this, and I'll be having to catch myself. I remember one day they came out, I eat oatmeal. So they was like, yeah, oatmeal ain't no good for. I said, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about now. This shit has got to stop. Because everything that I look at or that you choose to like, they're getting to a point where they're saying is no good for you. So now I'm trying to get to a point where I'm reversing myself and just looking at it. I'm going to pray over my food and do what I need to do. Other than that, I'm not finna let this shit keep, because it's going to start driving you crazy. To where everything you look at it like it ain't no good for you. And I think, like you said, with programming, they're doing this to us now because we see more and more. Then they throw a doctor in front of it, and now you can see a clip online like, what the nigga look like a doctor, he white suit on, it got to be valid without necessarily always doing the research, and you start to see shit like that go viral. Just like the doctor Cheyenne
Brian.
Brian.
You took the thought out of my head. I was just gonna say that. Oh God, I was just gonna say
She
that.
already milked the game for what it's worth. Now she already up there to the point. Now you see the women, and that's just something else. But I'm gonna let y'all go back to it before I get into that.
But no, that's why I was saying, go ahead. Don't feel bad about having to go to Food for Less to get the meat, or go to a different grocery store, because a lot of it is just different packaging, and that's really what you're paying for. When it comes to the fruits and vegetables and things like that, you might have to be a little bit more picky and choosy. Maybe, I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying that people that can't afford to go to Sprouts or go to Whole Foods every single week, don't feel like you're gonna die because you're going to get this food when this is where our parents were shopping. Let's keep it 100. Parents wasn't going to Sprouts and shit.
Yeah, I definitely was going to Food for
We
Less.
was going to Food for Less.
And they were healthier than us.
But the food was different then,
It
dude.
was
though.
different then.
So that's
It
the
was
difference.
different
The
then, too.
ingredients was different. The food was different.
Everything wasn't
We went to
tampered with.
McDonald's as kids, nigga. Look up the ingredients at McDonald's when we was kids versus now. Look up the ingredients of what Gatorade was in Gatorade when it was produced versus now.
I'm just speaking to
Shit
solely
different.
to chicken, eggs, you know what I mean?
The basics.
The basics. That's what our parents got. And they got the snack foods too, which was bad. But just the basics, if you're trying to eat Monday through Friday or, whatever, you can go to these different places and you'll be okay. Just the way you cook it, how you prepare it, those things do matter health-wise. But overall, you getting some of the same product. You are. And it sucks because people want to believe, well, I went to the Sprouts and I spent $50, so I'm doing something better. It's not really true. Once you start to really break down, and then go break down who these people are owned by. It's monopoly. Go break down who owns Sprouts and Whole Foods. It's owned by Aldi. And when you go, what we know about Aldi, that's fake shit all through there. So it's like most of these places.
Aldi got everything for the low.
When you look at it, when you look at who really owns the who's monopolized it, it's a company that sells fake shit. Restaurants. Go look at the restaurant market, or what do they call it? Restaurant marketplace that's now supplying majority of the food to these restaurants. So you go into Chili's and I'm getting a $10 burger and fries. The shit is fake. So it's like, even if you do that or you go here or you go there, it's everywhere. So I wouldn't feel bad if I can't afford Sprouts. Just go to whatever else and you're going to be all right. To me.
Hey, look, in other news, your boy Ice Cube, the legendary Ice Cube, has just dropped a freestyle that is a snippet to a song called Freedom. FREEDUM. Fight for your freedom. And it's an anti-AI, anti-social media song. So if you haven't heard it, go listen to that snippet, run back to the video. He's basically alluding to how social media and AI is making us dumb, and we need to fight. We need to fight back, pretty much. We need to fight against it. We need to get offline. We need to stop using AI for everything. He talked about how people can't even remember a phone number. We Google for everything, even simple shit that we know. Now we even unsure that we know it. We got to, man, let me ask Chat first. Not knowing, Chat is designed to damn near tell you whatever you want to know and to feed that to you. Oh, did you like that? Do you want me to deep dive more? And they telling you the wrong shit.
And people, and what's crazy to me sometimes, people really be feeling like that Chat know you, like you a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like they talking to it like it's a friend or something. Like
Hey,
this thing really know me, So
But it does because it learns you.
Yeah, it knows you, but it that's it exactly. It only knows your habits. It knows what to say if you didn't express everything about yourself, and it's like I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear half the time. So it's just more like they're gonna learn you, and then every single thought they're just going to their database and they're doing their data to upgrade it. You see Elon Musk in office or whatever he's doing in court fighting for AI right now, talking about something he created. He came up with all that.
Has anybody heard the song? Or I'm
No, I haven't heard it.
But what you're saying is true, because when you look at artificial intelligence, we as humans on the lower level assume that this is this great thing, which I know in certain aspects is being used, but go look at what we use it for every day. You got Waymo. That's controlled by somebody. We talked about the meta glasses and how you physically have people in a building somewhere across country that is logging every single piece of information they see in to that database. So we're at a point now where literally they have taken information. You can go find it in an encyclopedia that was already there, prepackaged it, and now they're selling it back to us as Claude. They're selling it back to us as ChatGPT. They're selling it back to us as Google AI and OpenClaw and all that. All this information has already existed. It's already there. It's already there. So what they've done is convinced us that it's not, and that these things are going to be able to get it to you faster, and it's going to be more sure than you can be, when in reality, they're already taking what human beings have already discovered.
dead ass already discovered and just giving it back to you for $5.99. Or if you want to go and drop some, you want to make a music video and drop it in here, yeah, $40. It's all the same shit.
I just look at it too in the context of the way he spelled that. It's just more to the point what we talk about. Everything that we get smartphones, people get dumber. We get more AI, people get dumber. It's a lot of things that we've been talking about, and I look at it from that standpoint. And you think you're free or you think you have freedom, but you're going to be free and dumb, but you're not going to be necessarily even be free. So that's where I get the freedom thing from. And Ice Cube, for him to come out, he been having a problem with this stuff. So shout out to Cube, because when it's all said and done, Cube is going to always be on the right side of history, in my opinion.
But it's crazy because it's like what Kali said. They used us to program the AI. So it learned us. We fed it all the information. The AI got smarter, gained all the information, and now they make you pay for the premium.
Right.
So we're paying for the information like Kali literally just said we already fucking had.
We got time. That's that third. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, nah.
I'm good.
Yeah, okay. Did it pop up on the thing, right?
Oh, I had took it off. Hold on, let me check.
Yeah.
I know you got like 2:30.
But like what Kali was saying, man, read a book. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the information's out. The information. You said what?
That's a good catch. No. Yeah, I took it off for the live stream when so it wouldn't be. Yeah.
No, look clear, but no, it's just.
Oh, we live right now?
Nah.
Nah, I was gonna do we could come in tomorrow and go live. We could make it live, or you know.
But no, like you said, Kali was.
Oh no, baby shower tomorrow. Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, baby shower tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so long story short though, man, we were just talking about knowledge, man. Knowledge is power, man. Go out there and grab it, man. Don't be programmed. Either you're gonna be a bot or you're gonna learn for yourself. And that's basically what they're trying to do. They're trying to program bots. They're trying to put so much dopamine in the conveniency of, okay, TikTok scrolling. Everybody just think they can learn off of TikTok in 30 seconds. No, bro, you really gotta sit down and learn this information. You can't just grasp everything that fast. It don't come that easy. You know what I'm saying? The people who gave you this game, they have to go study and then condense it down in 30 seconds just so you can get that attention. That takes intelligence. But everybody want to take a shortcut and cut corners and think that's the way to get it. No, it's not. Sit down and learn something.
But they're aware of that. That's why they're giving that all the way back to the book you referred that I've read several times. They understand that people like comfort. And what's better than being on cruise control? See, what they're doing as a marketer, I would do what they're doing too, which is if you understand human nature, you market in that manner. Everything is psychological. So all these people in corporate America, they actually sit back and bring in psychologists. What does this color do? What does this verbiage say? What does this taste like? So they understand human nature, which is naturally by default lazy.
Even this pushes vanilla scent out.
Correct. So if they know that you're lazy, it's easy for me to sell this to you because people want the path of least resistance. Instead of, like you said, going to sit at the encyclopedia and do this, I don't even got to open my phone to tell it to do if I ask this phone, if we asked our phones right now, Siri, whatever your thing is, what's the definition of whatever? It's gonna tell me. I ain't even got to open the phone. They understand that convenience is what people want, which what people don't understand is convenience is cool, but you've become dependent upon it. You don't have self-thought no more. And in every era, that's what they look to do. In this era, it's social media. In another area, it was something else. I need you to not be able to process thoughts for yourself.
I just think most people don't grasp and understand the power of the brain. And if you never study nothing about that, then you won't really get why they doing what they're doing. Like, they're literally trying to take away your critical thinking. They're literally trying to take away your third eye. They're literally doing, because they understand back in them scientists and them labs, if you know anything about the universal laws and the stuff that we try to talk about, then you will understand why they're doing what they're doing. Like, it's people that's literally, whether you believe it or not, have meditated and left their body and channeled through the earth, through different dimensions, and did different things, and they silenced these people. You get what I'm saying? So they know this, and they don't want one person to get to a point where you in somewhere in a hut somewhere meditating, and you figure out how to help the world do certain things. Literally, your body can heal itself off the mind. That's why all the placebo effect and stuff they did, the scientists did the studies of people that didn't cure themselves, and then whatever that they cured came back based off of a belief because they didn't believe it no more. So it's just, to me, it's deeper. It's way deeper propaganda. You don't use your brain, you lose it.
Hey, before we get out of here, 2027, all cars gonna have the kill switches in them. We told y'all it was coming. It's officially here. 2027, they're painting it as safety. Notice how you always lose rights, you always lose freedom in the name of safety. So they're painting it as, okay, the car's gonna know, or it can figure out if you're intoxicated and it won't cut on so you won't accidentally unalive yourself or somebody else if you're drunk. Or if the car notices you falling asleep, you're tired, driving cross country, it'll pull over and shut off. Whole time, they're gonna get to decide when you can drive.
Facts.
That's really what it is. The next time we have a pandemic and they say no movement at past 7 p.m., your car ain't cutting on. And it ain't nothing you could do about it. And they could cut it off. And let's say you out here being one of the truth tellers, which we've already seen this happen to one of the scientists, the 11 scientists allegedly, his Tesla crashed,
right?
caught on fire, unalive. I wonder how that happened. Use your motherfucking noggin. So y'all all say, oh, this is a conspiracy. Then it's safety, it's safety. How much are you willing to give up for safety? Because the world has always been unsafe and it's always going to be unsafe.
Facts.
So how much safety are you willing to, or how much freedom are you willing to give up to the people who allegedly looks like they're the ones making it unsafe? It ain't your fucking neighbor.
And y'all so amazed by these electric cars and all this stuff. Like, that shit is not that amazing, nigga. A 6'4" Impala hitting switches was more amazing to me, nigga, when I was coming up. I don't know, but like bro just said, it's gonna be to a point where, nigga, you gonna be on the freeway, nigga, they gonna slam the button on you and tear somebody. Whole freeway gonna be casualties or whatever. Somebody, they can just do it. Just do some shit. And then tell me, oh man, all they gonna say is it malfunction. But they gonna get you up out the way. But that electric shit is not savvy. Like, people getting stuck in there, people losing their kids, getting stuck in cars. You can't even get your car out.
Gilbert Arenas' son, he crashed a Tesla and he couldn't get out, and it caught on fire, and then he finally got out. But Teslas also, if it rains, certain Teslas come with defects where the water seeps into the car, creates mold. Some people are getting sick from just sitting inside their Tesla. They don't know why, because it's coming with these malfunctions where water is seeping into the inner workings of the car and it's creating mold. So now, the electric cars are not what they cracked up to be.
So now in 2026, with all this ingenuity, you didn't account for that kind of shit?
Right.
I mean, just how do you have all this ingenuity and you creating all these cars, these magnificent things, and minuscule shit like that is happening? Mm-hmm. How does that even take place? And this is 2026 with all the technology, and we are aware that they've not given us all the technology.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to understand, all this technology that we are excited about, you do understand they had this in the military 15, 16, 20, 30 years ago. Everything that they released to us technology-wise, that's after the military is done with it. So Nextels, Chirps, nigga, them motherfuckers was out in the 70s, in the 60s. Yeah. They just didn't let us have it till 2000.
I remember the Jetsons used to have the iWatch and all that FaceTiming back then. That was in the cartoons and the Jetsons. That was before we were children. You get what I'm saying? The Jetsons was already foretelling what was happening.
I'm gonna say this, man. Rappers, get y'all shit together, put out some good music, get your fucking bars up. Y'all are garbage right now, to the point we can't even come in and talk music because ain't nobody putting out shit. Everybody's sitting back waiting for Drake. It's garbage. Everybody's sitting back saying, where's Kendrick? I'm not asking where he at no more. I don't even give a fuck no more. Somebody put out some motherfucking music, because you niggas on the West is making it an embarrassment to even say, hey, we from the West, man. These the rappers we got. Niggas talking about, put it in my head, put it in my head. Like, what the fuck are y'all niggas talking about, bro? That shit garbage, nigga. We on the 50-50, y'all. No, Larry June trash. And that's what we got, 50-50, y'all.
I like the P talk, but the P talk had to be real smooth. Yeah, exactly. You have to be, it can't just be hella aggressive and all that crazy shit. Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
No,
I don't want to.
I'm just saying
I don't want to listen. The only P talk I want to hear, pause, is from Sugar Free. I don't want to hear about no grown ass men who need bitches to live off of, nigga. That shit ain't even P to me. If these hoes decide to go rogue, your ass is broke, nigga.
What you mean? He gonna go out there and sell that ass if he needs to.
That's all I'm saying.
From the Transformer show?
That's all I'm
saying.
No, don't put that on the ism.
Remember the episode with the pussy pole?
Yeah, the pussy pole.
He got isms. When you in that lifestyle, it's called isms, man.
I'm just saying.
What they need.
He said he gonna sell himself.
Man, come on.
I'm not looking at the pimp lifestyle the way y'all niggas do. I'm looking at it like, not you. Yeah. I'm saying this is my view of it. You living off a bitch steal. I'm cool. Because anytime the bitch decide to go rogue, you gotta beat the bitch up to get her back. I'm cool, nigga. Get your money without a bitch.
Well, they learned from Joe Jackson. When you beat their ass, they gonna be.
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thuggin' hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitches bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.